4th down and 10 for Penn State from the 36-yard line.
26 seconds.
Jaden Kennedy's in the game for Ole Miss, too, as this extra safety. Only 26 seconds left. Aller to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Mega. He threw it behind him, and that's going to be your ball game. 21 seconds left, and the Rebels are going to be able to take victory formation and end this one 38-25 Ole Miss. What a day for the Rebel football program.
What a day, David. 11 wins on the season. The Rebels are going to take the victory formation right here, and it's going to be a lot of fun in downtown Atlanta tonight. We ought to have a score in the Orange Bowl by now, huh? Is that just getting started?
Yeah, get that post game. How about that?
Yeah. Top of the 4 o'clock. There we go.
38-25. Ole Miss is going to win this one.
Penn State came in high expectations, David. Kind of like the Rebels, ranked number 10. Rebels number 11. Couldn't get past Ohio State and Michigan. Came in here to try to make a statement. Rebels had none of that. Lining up in the victory formation right here.
Jackson Dart under center. What a year for Jackson Dart. Takes the knee, and that'll run the clock out. And the two teams will meet at midfield and shake hands. We'll have some post-game interviews. Looking forward to grabbing some of the players and Coach Lane Kiffin in our post-game. Ole Miss 38, Penn State 25. Our final score in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. C-Spire post-game next on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it.
Excellent dry cleaning services in and throughout Tallahassee. As a veteran-owned business, Carver's Discount Cleaners has the mission to provide high-quality dry cleaning services at affordable prices with 3 convenient Tallahassee locations. They offer same-day services, so you can say goodbye to overpriced dry cleaning. Don't be taken to the cleaners, choose Carver's.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Countdown to kickoff, rolling along from the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. And we are making our way, inching closer to the kick between the Noles and the Bulldogs. And we will lay out an Honor America for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Stars through the perilous skies.
Singing of our national anthem with an assist from the crowd at the end here at Hard Rock Stadium, and a flyover by the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps aviators and flight surgeons from Training Air Wing 2 out of Kingsville, Texas. And two of the pilots, Lieutenant Nick Ryan, Lieutenant Mike Rizzo, are Florida State alums, a part of this great crew, and you can hear it flying over right now here at Hard Rock Stadium. Florida State alums, Lieutenant Nick Ryan and Lieutenant Mike Rizzo. He sends you a Go Noles your way right there. Well, you can feel it. You can feel the buzz growing and the excitement building. It's Florida State and Georgia in the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Bar none's keys to success are coming up when we return. Stay with us. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center?
And exhale.
Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue.
In a new Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. For great offers, see your local Ford dealer today. Well, we just had a rousing version of our national anthem. We are almost set to go. Continuing with our countdown to kickoff for Georgia and Florida State. The Bulldogs, number 6 in the CFP, 12-1. They win 8-0 in the SEC once again, third consecutive year. 27th consecutive bowl appearance. Georgia with a record of 37-21-3 in their bowl history. 62nd bowl game for the Bulldogs, appearing in their 5th Orange Bowl. Georgia's record here in Miami is 3-1, and if you heard Lauren earlier in the broadcast, a win over TCU in 42. They lost in Texas in 49, defeated Missouri in 1960, and then a couple of seasons ago won a playoff game here in this bowl game over Michigan, and now appearing for the 5th time in their school history. The last game, of course, Georgia lost to Alabama in the SEC Championship, 27-24. That ended a 29-game winning streak, the longest streak in SEC history. Look to start a new one today against Florida State as the teams meet for the 12th time. FSU with a record of 13-0. They went 8-0 in the ACC. They are number 5 in the CFP. ACC champs. They won their 16th ACC title, defeating Louisville by 10 in the conference championship game. Florida State has a 19-game winning streak as they come into this one. Mike Norvell is their head coach in his 4th season in Tallahassee, a record of 31-16. Some of the particulars for these two teams, Georgia and Florida State, as we prepare to do battle here in just a little bit. We'll continue with more of our countdown to kickoff. We'll have the coin toss. We'll give you the lineups momentarily, and then we'll have some football for you in minutes away here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
It's the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event at your local Ford dealer. Don't miss your chance to get special offers on our adventure-ready Ford SUVs or on our great selection of Ford trucks.
Latest. Caught, 25, Holmes blockers in front, 15, 10, just walk into the end zone. Keziah Holmes. 16 minutes we compete, 16 minutes we respond. Stepping out down the field, picked off, intercepted, running back Caleb DeLoach to the 19, hammer, meet nails, sails that pumping shot. We ain't done yet.
Live play-by-play coverage of the 2023 Orange Bowl is brought to you by Ag Pro. For all your equipment needs, visit Tallahassee Ag Pro. Florida Blue. Stop by their Tallahassee Florida Blue Center located at Appalachian Parkway or visit them online at floridablu.com. Oyster City Brewing Company, the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics. People's Gas, delivering natural gas that helps you save energy and earn cash back. Learn more at peoplesgas.com. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? take a taste, and by Allstate. You're in good hands. Now let's go live to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens alongside FSU Hall of Famer William Bar Nunn Floyd. Here's the voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane.
Osceola aboard Renegade. We're nearly set to lead the Garden goal out of the tunnel across the way from us here on this near side at Hard Rock Stadium. 5-Star Credit Union countdown to kickoff continuing along. Before we inch closer, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield. Jeff Culhane, William Bar Nunn Floyd, Tom Block, Chris Culp, Andy Surratt, Ari Masudi back in Miami Gardens. And we are excited to get this rolling. Mitchell Lee in our Seminole Sports Network studios. All right, Bar Nunn, keys to success. How do the Noles get it done today? How do we get out of here with a big-time win? We're outmanned, we're outnumbered, we're surrounded, but that's when the Seminoles bring their best.
That's when we go ahead and climb and we prove we're unconquered. Football is a team sport, and it's going to take every young man that's dressed in a garnet and gold tonight to get it done, to make this happen, and we can make this happen. Offensive line, you have to be strong out there. You know you're going up against one of the best defensive lines in the country. You have to make sure you give those running backs a few creases in there. They'll make some plays if you give them a few creases. We got to make sure we protect Brock Glenn out there and make sure that he can get the ball out at least with 3 steps. 5 steps or 7 steps are going to be a little bit tough, but I think if we give him time, he has the confidence and bravado to get back there and make the play. And if we protect him early, he'll have the confidence to stand in the pocket and make plays all game. Receivers, you got to step up, especially all your young guys. You're going to be able to get on this field and make some things happen defensively. Defensive line, we have to play on their side of the line of scrimmage. We have to put pressure, as much pressure we can on Beck. We have to make sure we close those lanes in there so those running backs don't have just straight gaps in there. And the linebackers have to step up, make sure they fill the holes. Safeties, cornerbacks, do not give up big plays. Young men, it's all about right now going out and competing like you never have before. Seminole Nation believes in you, so go out and shock the world. Go Noles.
Bar Nunn's breakdown, keys to success right there. He's fired up. He's ready to go. He knows what the heart of a champion is all about. Mike Norvell and this Florida State football team, they are moments away from being introduced as the Florida State banner is spread open and hoisted, holding them back with the Florida State flags and the cheer squad ready to lead out this FSU football program. The spear has been lit. Osceola with that warrior gaze. The banner rips open, the smoke flies, fires in the air, and here come the Seminoles. With Osceola out in front. We're almost ready to get this ball kicked off. Osceola heading towards midfield and plants the spear right in front of the 35-yard line. Renegade went up high. The spear came down hard in the turf of Hard Rock Stadium. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Look no further than Sunstop Convenience Stores. Swing by Sunstop before or after the big game. We've got fuel to keep you going, snacks, and hot deli items that'll score a touchdown with your taste buds. And here's the best part. Join our new rewards program to rack up points with every purchase. The more you shop, the more you save. Add our Sunny Saver payment card and save money on every fuel purchase. It's as easy as a touchdown pass. Sunstop Convenience Stores. Your game day, your way. Go Noles.
This is the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wander. Metamorphosis, the loss of who you thought you was.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Phillips, the president of the Orange Bowl committee, just flipped the coin.
Georgia has won the choice as it third in the second half.
So Georgia wins the toss and will defer until the second half.
To start the game, Florida State will receive. Gentlemen, good luck, play hard, have fun.
It will be Brock Glenn and this Florida State offense up first. We have a Big Ten officiating crew. That's Gregory Bloom, who is our white hat today. And you heard his voice moments ago. So Georgia wins the toss, deferring to the second half. Mike Norvell's offense is up first. Let's go down on the sidelines. Tom Block down across the way on that Florida State sideline. How about a National Mango Board Mango Minute? TB, some pregame thoughts down there. What do you got?
These games are fun. You see a neutral crowd, right, which is it's half people barking and half people doing the war chant, but it's fun to see good representation for both schools. What's not fun to see is Jared Verse over here in street clothes. Of course, he had opted out, and Braden Fisk has his jersey on, but he's wearing sweats, and he will not go. That's not an opt-out, I don't believe. I think he's been nicked.
Yep.
So that's the lasting image of this season, or the last image, was those two guys feasting against Louisville, and unfortunately they're not available. But Darrell Jackson, he gets a chance after waiting his turn. I mean, talk about going through practice all year, never getting a shot. Now he gets to put the pads on and play for real. So new faces, new chances to shine today, and a real opportunity against this Georgia team.
Thank you, Tom. Tom on the sidelines. A Mango Minute. Visit mango.org now for all the latest mango recipes, how-tos, and news. Delicious and nutritious. Try mango today. From tailgate snacks to grilled entrees. Make it with mango. All right, Pardon. You hear that news. Also, Tatum Bethune unavailable today, we were told. Joshua Farmer's unavailable today. So let's find out together here in a moment, right?
Hey, all we're doing right now is you got guys that you got to have on the field. You got to put your young players out there. You got to field the team. And, man, they should just be really excited again about this opportunity. Man, they're the only game in town right now. Let's make it happen, fellas.
The Noles, the home teams on the scoreboard today in the iconic uniform. The gold helmets, the garnet spears on both sides, garnet tops, white lettering, and numerals, and the solid gold pants with the iconic Seminole head logo on both sides. Georgia, the red helmets, the black G, the white background, the white stripe down the middle, white tops, black lettering and numeral, gray pants, the white stripes, red and black trim. It's the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Florida State and Georgia, Jared Zirkle, the boot meets the ball, and we are underway. Deuce Spann, 2 yards deep, he's coming out. Near numbers, 10, 15, trying to cut all the way across the field, tripped up all the way back at the 10-yard line. Deuce Spann tried to streak from one side to the other. Dan Jackson, the backup safety, made the tackle, so we'll start backed up here.
Yeah, you want to make plays, but you don't want to put your team in a bad position right there. And with a young quarterback, you definitely don't want to start out this deep in your own red zone. But, hey, man, you got to compete. Whatever the situation calls for, you got to go out there and get it done regardless.
So 1st and 10, backed up at our own 10-yard line. It is Brock Glenn, true freshman out of Covington, Tennessee, making his second career start. Trips to the left side. Zone read. The handoff, Keziah Holmes running up the gut. Good push up front. 14 out near the 15-yard line. Called a gain of 4 for Keziah Holmes, a young man out of Titusville.
And that's what it's going to take right there, JC. It's going to take us being able to get just those yardage right there, keeping Brock Glenn in a position where he isn't trying to throw for a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and long, giving him a good high percentage play if we have to get the 3rd down to throw.
Then going to throw, 2nd and 6 over the middle. Caught Kentron Portier near the line to gain it, a 1st down to the 20-yard line. Nice job there. So Glenn completes his first pass, and it's a gain of 6 yards. Move those chains for FSU.
Yeah, good high percentage pass right there. Just a little comeback, about 7 yards right there. A good zip on the ball by the quarterback right there, throwing that with a lot of confidence.
First and 10 for the 21. Noel Schiff. Morlock lines up wing to the left side. Ja'Kai Douglas in the backfield. Here's a handoff. Douglas running left. Ja'Kai lowers the shoulder across the 28. Out near the 29, or rather 23 to the 24, 24-yard line. C.J. Allen, the true freshman linebacker, made the play.
Again, just trying to keep Georgia honest right here. We're throwing the ball, getting those runs in there, picking up a couple here, a couple there. But the key is to just keep moving that yard marker to make sure you put yourself in a good position to get a first down.
15th carry of Ja'Kai Douglas' career. Came in with 14 carries for 25 yards over 3 seasons. 2nd and 8 for the 23. Zone read, the give. Douglas up the middle once again. Not a whole lot doing. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 out near the 25-yard line. So Ja'Kai Douglas seeing opportunity here in this offense for Mike Norvell. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 now for this FSU offensive attack.
He's been one of those solid guys, and I think he's probably one of the best playmakers that we have on offense. So you really got to make sure you find a way to get the ball in Ja'Kai's hand for the rest of the game.
The number 1 3rd down defense in the country is Georgia's, just allowing 26% on 3rd down this season. 3rd and 6 from the 24. The line to gain just across the 30. Trips to the right side, receiver wide left. Glenn will throw, looks over the middle, high and behind Darion Williamson. Incomplete. Dalen Everett, the sophomore cornerback out of the IMG Academy, was on in coverage of a slant route over the middle. So high and behind, and the Noles have to punt it away.
Yeah, that ball right there. I think if Brock steps into it, he gives himself a better opportunity, but that one he was just ready to sling it, and the ball was a little bit high and behind.
Back deep for Georgia is Jackson Meeks, wide receiver, back deep. Here's Mastromano, rugby-style bunt. Here is a punt that lands in the 35, takes an FSU bounce across the 25. Rolling down near the 20-yard line, middle of the field. And it will be down there. Excellent job by Mastromano. Conrad Hussey down that ball at the end of the roll. A finalist for the Ray Guy Award. And Mastromano boots that one 57 yards. Nice job by Mastro that time, flipping the field. It's what he's done throughout his entire career.
Yep, that's what we expect from him. He's been getting it done just like that and really helping out this special team. You're talking about a guy that really has stepped up on this special teams game. Is definitely him.
A career-high 9 punts in the ACC championship game against Louisville. So here's Carson Beck and company, 6'4" junior out of Jacksonville. And he's returning in 2024 for the Dogs. Kendall Milton off to his left side. 1st and 10. Handoff Milton. Breaks a tackle across the 25, 27, out near the 28-yard line. So good gainer. Broke a couple tackles there. Grady Vance, Conrad Hussey made the play in the secondary. And the Dogs are going quick. Gain of 8 for Milton. 2nd and 2 from the 28-yard line. Back. Hands off again. Milton bursting through across the 35. Breaking other tackles. The 40. Now the 43. Gain of 15 yards and a lot of missed tackles early on near the line of scrimmage by the Noles.
Yeah, you can just see that's a lot of lack of experience right there. Some of the younger players that are in now, some of the guys who are in right now haven't really had a whole lot of game prep to get ready for this, but still got to wrap up. It's still fundamental football, blocking and tackling.
2 receivers left and right. And now Arian Smith motions across the formation. Cash Jones motions out. 4 receivers left, 1 to the right. Back, quick throw, out left, bobbled and dropped, and they'll blow it dead. It was not a pass behind the line of scrimmage. Looking for Arian Smith, who's their fastest player on the team, the junior out of Bradley here in Florida, and he couldn't handle it. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little pass out to the running back in the flats, or the receiver out in the flats is not able to hang on to it, and good for us. We had good coverage on that too, but I'd like to see us get up in the quarterback space a little bit right now. Georgia's handing the ball off or just throwing quick passes, so they're not going to give us a chance to get the pick early.
2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. No score early on. 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Dejon Edwards off to the left, a back in the gun, back in a throw out of the shotgun over the middle, caught. Dominic Lovett across midfield, 45 out near the 42-yard line. Conrad Hussey, Greedy Vance made the play. And so across the middle, there's the Mizzou transfer, Dominic Lovett, with his 52nd catch of the year.
Yeah, he just gets inside of Greedy Vance on there right then and basically put Greedy in a position where he was trailing right there. So just have to do a little bit better job of making sure you attack at the point.
Gain of 17 yards. By the way, Brock Bowers is not dressed. He is here. He's wearing his uniform, but does not have his pads on for this game. He will not play this afternoon. 1st and 10, play action. Back, rolling right, stepping up. Ball knocked away. It's a fumble. The ball is out, and somehow Patrick Payton couldn't get back on it. He was down, literally trying to corral it near midfield. Lawson Lucky, freshman tight end. He did get lucky that time, picking up the loose change. How did that happen?
Man, just a great get off the ball right there. He dips up under the block of the tight end trying to block him and is able to get back under there and put his hands on the ball and strip that ball away from the quarterback.
He was able to fight off both Delp and Lucky and knock that one away. A forced fumble by Patrick Payton, his 2nd of the season. A loss of 9. 2nd and 19, Georgia. Left hash, back of their own 49. Play action, back going to throw. Set up a screen. Nothing doing. Delp the catch. Nothing happened, and a loss again, and that's Omar Graham, the young man from Stranahan High here in Fort Lauderdale. And the Florida State defense, it took a couple of plays, and now a little life out of the Garnet and Gold.
Well, this is the way they've been playing all year long. This defense has been lights out, really, especially in the second half when they've been able to go in and get adjustments in. But right now, you got to adjust off the run with this Georgia football team.
3rd and long, 3rd and 21 backed up. Georgia, 55% on 3rd downs. 2nd best in all of college football. While Florida State, great on 3rd downs defensively. 4th best, only allowing 27%. Best in the ACC. 3rd and 21. Beck will throw out of the gun. Has a pocket. Fires down the seam. Wide open. Caught by Lovett. 40, 35. He's close to the line to gain. And he is going to be just shy of the marker. Needed 21. He got about 19. And I think Georgia's going to go for it here on 4th and short.
Yeah, I mean, they get good push up front, but right now we have to make sure we give Patrick Payton some help on that side of the ball. 77 ain't confident enough. They're bringing 2 people right now to block him. We're going to have to start running some slants with him or some stunts to get him inside and get somebody outside to keep contained.
4th and 2 from the 34. Georgia is 8 of 10 on 4th downs with 3 touchdowns. Beck going to throw. Looking left, over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking left. And back shoulder throw looking for Dylan Bell. Fentrell Cypress was all over him. The throw had too much mustard on it. Turnover on downs. The Florida State defense holds early on.
Do what they've done all year. Bend, but don't break, baby. Great job, defense. Way to get off the field. Stuff like that gives your team, it just throws so much emotion, so much electricity, so much confidence in your team. When you can go out there and you can stop a team like Georgia from getting down the field and scoring, especially the way they started out the drive.
And the Florida State defense holds a turnover on downs in the first Georgia offensive possession of the game. Timeout on the field early on here at Hard Rock. 8:48 left first quarter and no score. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to go the extra mile to meet your financial needs. That's why we offer Florida State fans more banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. Our team is also dedicated to making the communities we serve stronger, volunteering our time and talents while donating millions to local nonprofits. To learn more, visit ViStarCU.org. ViStar Credit Union, proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles. Go Noles!
This is Florida State football from Learfield.
RJ Young is your playbook for more than just copiers. Our cutting-edge solutions cover security systems, business phones, IT services, and beyond. We've teamed up with world-class partners to save you even more through bundling services, and our dedicated specialists are your personal coaches, making sure you always have the winning strategy. And don't forget our We Make It Right guarantee. Your satisfaction is our end zone. Schedule your free consultation now at rjyoung.com/FSU.
Seminole fans know that when their health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the region's only comprehensive stroke center, one of the top heart and vascular programs in the Southeast, the area's most powerful cancer center, and Tallahassee's only Level 3 neonatal ICU. For 75 years, our expert team has offered the latest technology and treatment options to get you and your family back in the game. We are Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life.
Hey, for over 20 years, the team at Oxford Advisory Group has specialized in strategic retirement planning to assist clients in navigating their retirement years. Their tax-efficient asset planning keeps you in the game for years to come. Oxford Advisory Group, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. And to find out more, visit them online at oxfordadvisorygroup.com. We'll head down to Tom Block on the sidelines for a Mango Minute coming up momentarily. After the turnover on downs, Florida State, second possession of the game, 1st and 10 at our own 34-yard line, 8:48 left first quarter, no score. Williamson motions, jet sweep, they fake the toss, now they throw it out to Keziah Holmes, out to the outside on the far side, and not a whole lot doing over there for Keziah Holmes, a gain of 1, maybe 2. Let's get on the sidelines, Tom Block with a Mango Minute, TB.
Now, unfortunately, I just saw Darius Washington before this drive go into the injury tent, so you got a new left tackle and Robert Scott out there now.
Okay, big Rob Scott. 6'5" redshirt junior out of Conway, Arkansas. He's battled injuries, a second-team All-ACC performer a year ago. 2nd and 9, right hash at our own 35-yard line. No score. Glenn, zone read, going to keep it. Oh, boy, that might have been the wrong choice. He gets popped, grabbed, ripped down. He's fighting for extra yardage. But Tyrion Ingram Dawkins was not fooled as he, as a young man who forced a fumble, sack, and a TFL against Florida in the game in Jacksonville, and no gain that time for Glenn. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that's just a good job of handling your responsibility by the defensive end of Georgia right there. Didn't give up contain. That might have been one that Brock should have handed off, but at the end of the day, you still got to get it done, baby. 3rd down. Let's pick up this first down.
3rd and 9 from the 35. Two receivers left and right. Holmes to the left of Glenn in the gun. Morlock motions to the near side, trips to the left side. 5 on the play clock for Glenn. No score. Might be changing the play. 2, 1. Chest high snap. Going to run up the middle. Holmes and stacked up. That was bottled up in the middle of that Georgia defensive front. And that Georgia D, Michael Williams, sophomore out of Columbus, Georgia, second-team All-ACC, was right there. No gain and a 3 and out.
Yeah, that play right there is just a situation where Georgia just had too many guys to try to get past right there. But the key is going to be getting the push off the offensive line and running the ball downhill. When you play a team that has the team speed that Georgia has, you can't really go sideline to sideline. You have to really hit a hole and then go from there.
Mastromano again after a 57-yarder. This is a good punt. Backing up Meeks to the 15, going to return it to the 20, skips a tackle, 25, and tackle from behind near the 30-yard line by Omar Graham. So another excellent punt that time by Mastromano. And Graham making an excellent play on the tackle from behind, doing a great job. Young man out of Stranahan High, Jackson Meeks, a return on that play. About 15 yards on the return, a punt of 50 by Mastromano, and we have a timeout on the field. With 6:45 remaining first quarter, Florida State and Georgia early on, no score. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
What makes that famous call? Dinner's ready! Even better? It's cooking a great meal with natural gas, enjoying faster cooking times and precise temperature control. And now getting a valuable cash rebate up to $300 when you install an energy-efficient natural gas Ranger cooktop. Anyone want seconds? When you show your home love with natural gas, it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
Seminoles fans, kick off the 2024 football season in Ireland when your Florida State Seminoles head to Dublin to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic to be played on August 24th next year in the Aviva Stadium. Visit SeminolesToIreland.com for more information on official travel and hospitality packages. That's Seminoles, the number 2, Ireland.com. Go Noles! We'll see you in Ireland.
They say good things come to those who wait. But with delivery or curbside pickup from Publix, powered by Instacart, now they come without the wait. In as little as an hour, you could have the good stuff like key lime pie and chocolate chip cookies come right to your door. Get started at Publix.com/shop because you can never have too much of a good thing. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Item prices vary from item prices in physical store locations. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
This is the 2023 Orange Bowl. Now back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's the voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane.
Hey, college football fans, are you in good hands this season? With insurance from Allstate, you'll be game day ready every day. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent today to learn more. Allstate, you're in good hands. Back down to the sideline. 6:45 left first quarter. 2 drives for the Noles. Second one coming for the Dogs. No score early on. Let's go down to Tom Block with a Mango Minute. TB.
First guy to greet Brock Glenn when he came off the sideline is Jordan Travis, who is here on crutches on the sideline, but really a de facto coach at this point, just having a conversation about Brock, about what he's seeing, what looks are they giving him, and then he jumped on the headsets to talk with the guys upstairs. By the way, another quarterback who's here, one of the things about bowl practice, the early enrollees can practice, and so Luke Kromenhoek is down here on the sideline too, Jeff.
He's a good-looking young player out of Savannah, Georgia, who the Dogs try to get in on late with an offer, and he said, nope, I'm guarding it and gold through and through, baby.
I'm heading to Tallahassee.
I'm not staying in-state. I'm heading to the Panhandle. Second possession for the Dogs. 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. 6:45 left first quarter, no score. Kendall Milton to the left, of back in the gun. Delt motioning, trips to the left side. Zone read, handoff Milton. Darrell Jackson grabs him and corrals him across the 35 out near the 36-yard line. A gain of 5 for Milton. And there's Darrell Jackson, bar none, the big fella out of Havana with a big tackle there.
Yeah, you know, this is a game that he was really excited about playing in. His first time with live action this year. The NCAA didn't let him in. They let a couple more players in to get this season in, but I know he's excited about his opportunity to play tonight.
2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line. No score. Trips to the left side. Now Delp in motion. Lines up wing to the left. Handoff. Milton again. And the Noles blow it up. Great push into the backfield is Daniel Lyons and Darrell Jackson. How about these two big defensive tackles who have not played a ton this year, looking like starters right now?
They have to hold a point of attack right there, especially in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Right now, Georgia going fast. We didn't get a chance to get off the field, and we call a timeout.
Now whistles as we were scrambling to get guys on and off, and Mike Norvell uses a timeout here. They went fast. They went hurry up on us, and look, one of the items with a lot of new faces and young guys, communication, right? Yes. That's a huge factor, especially in substitutions, trying to get guys locked in on and off.
And that's really going to be that much more important on offense when you're looking at the play clock. I saw a couple times where Brock let it get down there close inside of 5 seconds, so we got to make sure we get that ball off on time.
A 3rd and 4 for Georgia coming up when we return. 5:49 left first quarter. No score here from the 90th Orange Bowl. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Seminole Football from Learfield.
Excellence defines us, so we'll never let orthopedic pain and injury define you. TOC is a physician-led team of fellowship-trained specialists providing the highest level of orthopedic care in the region. With 12 centers of excellence and TOC Now urgent care clinics, our patients access affordable, expert care fast. TOC, only experts. Schedule an appointment at teamtoc.com.
Barry knows cool, he's keeping you comfortable. Barry knows cool, you can put him to the test.
Tallahassee is full of great traditions, but there's nothing quite like the excitement of Seminole football. When you turn to the experts at Carrier and Barano Heating and Air, you can count on another great tradition to make sure you're comfortable after the game. Learn more about our experienced team and reliable service at whatbarryknows.com. Florida license CAC 1816186.
Hey, Seminole fans, when you're not able to be here at Doug, join the only official FSU watch party at American Social Bar and Kitchen. Locations in Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Tampa, and Orlando. Online at AmericanSocialBar.com. And while you're there, grab a Bud Light. Proud sponsor of Florida State Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. All right, bar none. Big third down early in the game coming up for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 4 at their own 37. No score. Feels like the young guys getting their feet under them here a little bit early in the game.
Well, they're starting to get that confidence. I mean, you're always a little bit nervous. You have those butterflies, but once that gets knocked out, it's time to go out there and perform and ball. And right now, what they're proving is that they can stay with Georgia. They just need to go ahead and make sure they keep being fundamentally sound on both sides of the football, no turnovers, no big plays, and fight this thing out. Right now, basically, Georgia is at full strength, and we're trying to make ourselves full strength, so we're going to get there.
And wearing number 77, Xavier Truss, the senior out of West Warwick, Rhode Island. We'll tell you about that for the Georgia offensive line coming up momentarily. Dejon Edwards in the backfield to the right of Beck in the gun. 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line. 4-man front for the Noles. Beck might be changing the play. 8 on the play clock. Noles might be changing what they're doing defensively. Trips left, one receiver right. Beck going to throw. 4-man rush over the middle. Pass is caught across midfield. First down. Dylan Bell able to get by Azarie Thomas, the sophomore corner out of Niceville. Gain of about 15 yards for Bell. First down.
Yeah, just a simple slant route right there. Playing man-to-man, and the receiver's able to get inside on the cornerback there for the game, for the pickup.
25th catch of the season. Say hello, everybody watching our Behind the Mic cams, courtesy of our friends from Learfield. Let us know where you're watching from. We give a shout out here on the air. 1st and 10 from the FSU 48 on that Capital One Orange Bowl logo. Play action deflected at the line by Shaheem Brown. Shaheem flying in, jumped up in the face of Carson Beck on a safety blitz. His 4th PBU of the year. 2nd and 10.
Tell you, that time it looked like Thomas had a bead on it, like he was going to be able to come inside. That was the slant play we're just looking at on the replay, but on this last play, doesn't look, if that ball is tipped, he might have had an opportunity to pick it.
Say hello to Angie watching in Pensacola, Keith in Raleigh, North Carolina, Kim in Palm Bay. I drove right by Palm Bay on 95 on our way down from Tallahassee. 2nd and 10 from the 48. At the bottom of that Orange Bowl logo at midfield here at Hard Rock Stadium. Beck gonna throw. Good pocket. Beck fires a dart over the middle. Pass is caught across the 35 out near the 32-yard line. He's got zip on it. That's Marcus Rosemichak Saint, the young man out of Pompano Beach out of St. Thomas Aquinas. First down.
Yeah, just double slants on there right there. And the receiver able to get inside of the DB for the catch.
Going quickly again, hand off to the outside. This is Dejon Edwards, a shoulder shake across the 20, out near the 15, and going quickly. That tempo is giving the Noles problems as Georgia on the march right now.
Yeah, right now you have both teams subbing, and this is been one of those places in the field that you always get to this defense, and it's a bend but not break situation. They've been excellent in the red zone. See if they can keep it going right now.
Gain of 17 down to the 15-yard line. Right hash. And 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for Georgia. In the red zone. They got Milton in the pistol. Back in the gun. Hand off Milton. Cuts it back and angles back to the near side. And he is going to trot into the end zone as that cutback lane was there for Kendall Milton, the senior out of Fresno, California. 9 straight games with a rushing touchdown. That one from 15 yards out, and Georgia will strike first.
Yeah, just man-to-man again on that one. And the defensive line, that's what happened when you have a young player who hadn't had a lot of snaps this year, is that play you had 54, Turner on that side, and he wasn't able to keep contained out there. He got too far down inside, and nobody was out there to make the tackle.
It looked like his eyes got caught watching the end around behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, and the ball came right in front of him. Yeah. But that's what happens when you haven't had that much experience or that many at-bats. You really don't, you're still out there kind of figuring your way out.
The freshman Peyton Woodring's extra point is up, and it is good. 63 for 63 as he boots that one through. So the extra point is up, and it is good. 7 plays, 69-yard drive, 2:40 off the clock. Carson Beck, 5 of 8 for 65 yards passing it. And a 15-yard touchdown run for Kendall Milton, his 13th of the season. So Georgia on the board first. They lead Florida State by the score of 7-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Tailgate like a Knoll this season with the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Try the new and exclusive officially licensed FSU beer, Legacy Lager. Visit Oyster City Brewing's tap room right down the road from Doak Campbell Stadium on West Gaines Street, or find their beer at retailers across the state. Remember to please drink responsibly. Oyster City Brewing Company, the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics.
Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Look no further than Sunstop Convenience Stores. Swing by Sunstop before or after the big game. We've got fuel to keep you going, snacks, and hot deli items that'll score a touchdown with your taste buds. And here's the best part. Join our new rewards program to rack up points with every purchase. The more you shop, the more you save. Add our Sunny Saver payment card and save money on every fuel purchase. It's as easy as a touchdown pass. Sunstop Convenience Stores. Your game day, your way. Go Noles!
Hey, Noles fans, this is Jeff Colhane. If you're looking for more Florida State content and info, make sure you lock in the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics. We talk with head football coach Mike Norvell, head basketball coach Leonard Hamilton, student athletes, director of athletics Michael Alford, and the biggest names around college athletics covering the biggest games nationally. For the Florida State fan looking for more, make sure you find the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics, on all streaming platforms.
Florida State football is on the air. It's time to update you on scores from the ACC and Top 25. Here's Aria Masudi.
Welcome back to Hard Rock Stadium. Georgia 7, Florida State nothing after that 15-yard touchdown run from Kendall Milton. Maryland 31-7, leading Auburn in the end of the third quarter in the Music City Bowl. Ole Miss finishing up Penn State 38-25 in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Later on, Toledo and Wyoming in the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. All right, Jeff, right back to you. Looks like Georgia creating some eye violations for that Florida State defense. Yeah, they a little bit of window dressing during that play caught us on our heels. And the tempo certainly caught us on our heels a little bit. Here's Zirkle's boot, Span, and Hakeem Williams back deep. And Deuce is 8 yards deep in the Florida State end zone away from us. The garnet coloring filled in, Florida State in white lettering trimmed in gold. While the Georgia end zone is closest to us in our corner booth. Snug, comfortable corner booth at Hard Rock Stadium, filled in with the Georgia red, Georgia in white, trimmed in black. All right, bar none, we've had a couple of drives. What do you want here on drive number 3? What do you want to see out of this offense right now?
Get the ball running, run the ball downhill, and try to get out in the flats or the slants. Hit the slants, a 3-step drop passes with your quarterback. And take a shot here, somewhere.
Empty backfield. Ja'Kai Douglas motions out to the right side. Glenn in the gun, going to throw. 1st and 10 over the middle. Pass caught. Portier out near the 29-yard line. So Kentron Portier has got a couple of grabs, Barton. That's a guy who was a spring ball superstar last spring, been banged up. We need him to play big today.
Yeah, we need him to have a huge game today, and that's what you want from the quarterback right there, too. You make him successful by giving him 3-step drops or balls where he can get the ball out of his hand. Right now, he's not getting a lot of pressure in his face. That's only going to build his confidence.
It's the Deuce is Wild formation. Deuce span in the backfield. There's a pop pass. Ja'Kai Douglas left to right. Douglas smacked across the 35. Hit hard out near the 36-yard line. So a little Wildcat. We'll call it the Deuce is Wild package. That's Lincoln High alum Raylan Wilson on the hit. How about that different wrinkle there from Mike Norvell?
But here's the thing. His kid played in my high school.
Lakewood
High School, St. Petersburg. And he was one of the best quarterbacks to ever come through Lakewood as a Spartan. So having him back there, don't think that he can't sling that ball.
He threw for over 4,700 passing yards and 45 touchdowns. Was recruited as a quarterback to Illinois before transferring to Florida State. Span going to run another quarterback spot, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot there for Deuce Span. C.J. Allen, they've got some young linebackers, Kirby Smart squad does, that are good players. And C.J. Allen made another play.
Yeah, definitely a good play right there. Just getting off the block, being able to get in the backfield and make the play. But right then, again, Span didn't used to running that football. He should have took that first lane. He would have had to run through a couple tackles, but he would have got more yardage.
Call that a gain of 1 for Span. 2nd and 9. Brock Glenn back in the ball game. Tight end shift. 3 of them. Unbalanced to the right side. Play action. Glenn going to throw. 2nd and 9. Has time. Home run ball. Darion Williamson down the field, but overthrew him on the near hash of the 15-yard line. On in coverage was Dalen Everett. There's Glenn showing off his arm strength right there. Overthrowing Williamson on a deep ball down the field. Here's 3rd and long.
And we got to take those shots. It was man-to-man. Right there, he didn't really get to step into that throw. He had some pressure on him. It was hit just as he threw the football right there. But again, I think that you're going to have to force Georgia to stay honest, and you're going to have to take some shots down the field.
2:12 left. First quarter. Georgia leads 7-0. 3rd and 9 at our own 38-yard line. Ja'Kai Douglas to the right of Glenn in the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Portier. Douglas motions out. 4 receivers in the set. And Morlock wing to the left. 3rd and 9. 4-man rush over the middle. Throw is low. Deflected on a slant route. Incomplete near the 47-yard line. Everett on in coverage again, looking for Ja'Kai Douglas. And again, looking for that slant route, a timing route over the middle, and the throw a little bit low. 4th down.
Yeah, I think he had to throw it there because the cornerback was in position to make a play on it right there. But you have to make sure you're the receiver an opportunity to go after it. That was a little bit low on the ground. And when you have a receiver who hadn't really had a whole lot of at-bats this year, again, like Ja'Kai, he's been in there and made some plays, but he hadn't consistently been in the game to know where to run that route.
3rd punt for Mastromano to Anthony Evans. He lets it bounce to the 20. High hop, middle of the field. Bouncing far hash down near the 17-yard line. So the 3rd punt by Mastromano, his first 2 at 57 and 50 yards. Evans, after a return of 15 yards, lets that one bounce in front of him. And Georgia will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Got to get stout again in the run defense right here. You see, Georgia started out that last drive passing the ball, and they basically passed it all the way down the field until they ran that touchdown in there. We have to make sure we keep staying stout against the run and really bump it. Hey, force Beck to beat us with his arm. He hasn't proved to me he's that great. He has great athletes around him that make a lot of plays for him, but this defense can put some pressure on him and force him to make a couple of mistakes.
Punt of 44 by Mastromano. Split backs. You've got Dejon Edwards in the backfield with Milton. Zone read, 1st and 10. Hand off to Edwards, falling forward across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Gain of 3. Justin Juice Cryer, freshman linebacker in there, made the play. That's a young man they're excited about. A lot of young players here today we're going to see, bar none, that have bright futures in the Garnet and goal.
Yeah, this is the future right here. And I think it's a great opportunity, like we've been talking about opportunity all day, to play against the best, knowing that you can go back, you coming back out next year, you already remember playing the best team, your last game of the season. You go back out there a lot more confident the next week.
2nd and 7, Milton sweeping left, breaks a Turner tackle across the 25, lowers the shoulder, pushing the pile forward, across the 30, out near the 31-yard line. Gain of 10 for Milton that time, and the backs, the senior backs for Georgia, are running hard early in the game.
Yeah, and that's where we're going to have to get a little bit more penetration right now. The running backs from Georgia just have too much space to make it happen out there. Need to close down those running lanes and get the linebackers to start flowing.
Under a minute to play. Fake the toss, back in the throw, stepping up down the field, and nearly picked off at the 36-yard line by Fentrell Cypress. Looking down the seam, trying to find Arian Smith down the field, and Cypress jumped the route and nearly had his first pick of the year.
That would have been great if that happened, but a good job by the defensive line getting back in the face of the quarterback and forcing him to get that ball out a little bit faster than he wanted to.
Excellent coverage by Fentrell Cypress, the all-ACC caliber player. 46 seconds left, first quarter. Georgia leads 7-0. 2nd and 10, Dogs at their own 30-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Milton off to the right of Beck in the gun. Chest high snap, Beck in the throw. Looks over the middle, pass is caught. That's McConkey, 40, 45, weaving his way through across midfield. Big gain, 22 yards to Ladd McConkey. Cypress made the tackle. McConkey missed 5 games with a back injury. Didn't know if he was going to play. He's playing. Big gain there.
Yeah, just basically the defense got side-swiped on that one. Here we go, next play.
Going quickly, handoff to Edwards. Breaks a tackle, 40, 35-30, 25-20, foot race 15. He's being knocked around near the 5 and out of bounds as Cypress was able to get him around the ankles, and he was smacked in the near sideline by Shaheem Brown as well. Big gainer, the Dogs. And that time, Edwards with a huge gain on that play.
Yeah, it was the safety that came up right there. I couldn't tell who it was, the safety, but he got ran over. You just got to make sure that you don't arm tackle.
Yeah, it's Ashlyn Barker. Barker tried to go low and put the hit on him. And the big fella, Kendall Milton, ran through it before Cypress and others were able to slow him down. So a big play on the ground that time by Kendall Milton, a gain of 43 for Milton. And the Dogs are knocking on the door at the end of this first quarter. And they're getting the running game going here early in the game as well. Already 105 rushing yards, bar none, in this contest. Yikes for this Georgia offense. And we're seeing, again, these two senior running backs running with a full head of steam. And we're having a tough time tackling them here early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about two of the best run stoppers in football, and then your defense. I mean, like, when you look at what's going on right now with Georgia and the way they're running the ball, I think it's a direct result of not having the experience at those positions that we're used to having. They got a lot of guys on the line playing their first time, especially on the outside. I think the only real starter out there right now on that defensive line is Patrick Payton. Everybody else still trying to feel their way around. It's kind of like that with the linebackers, too. But the more you play, the better you get. Let's hope that happens.
Let's go down the sidelines. Tom Blogg with a Mango Minute brought to you by the National Mango Board. Tom, the physicality of this Georgia front, and these two running backs, they're running hard here early in this game.
They really are, and it sounds simple, but this is why cohesion is so important, and you've got so many new faces out there. One guy misses a gap or takes a bad angle, it can get exploited. That last play, it was Barker. We saw it earlier with a defensive end, so I know you hear coaches, and you don't want to hear it sometimes, say it was just one guy here, one guy there. That's sort of what it's been so far, though, with all these new faces out there.
Sure has. Tom, offensively, trying to get it going, and obviously for Brock Glenn, just his second career start against a tremendous football team in Georgia. We saw Deuce Spann as well. I mean, potentially could see more of that package with Deuce out there at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, I agree, and I think they're going to have to throw on early downs to give them any kind of a chance, because the last couple of possessions, you're staring at 3rd and 9. That deep shot, by the way, Williamson had a step on the DB. So, you know, it's not that the Florida State receivers can't get open, so you got to keep, and William has said this, you got to take some shots like that too.
Tom Block on the sidelines. Our Mango Minute brought to you by the National Mango Board. Visit mango.org now for all the latest mango recipes, how-tos, and news. Delicious and nutritious. Try mango today. From tailgate snacks to grilled entrees. Make it with mango. Again, appreciate everybody watching our Behind the Mic cams here from Learfield. Our friends from Learfield. Deborah's watching in Wilmington, North Carolina. Joy in Havana. Greta in Columbus, South Carolina. Ryan in Jacksonville, Florida. John's in Milwaukee watching right now. Drew from Fountain Inn, South Carolina. Tammy in Plant City. We got a whole host of Noles fans that are watching here today, Pardo. We're having some fun.
Yes, we are. Always good to have you with the show. Now let's see if we can do what we've been doing again all year long, is finding a way to keep people out of the end zone, especially when they get down here deep in the red zone.
We need to bow up after the 43-yard run by Kendall Milton. They rush to the line, the Bulldogs. 1st and goal from the 5. The handoff up the gut, through the heart of the defense, into the end zone. Touchdown. Kendall Milton, his second rushing touchdown of the day early on. 5-yard strike, 6-play, 82-yard drive, 1:53 off the clock, and the Georgia offensive line, it's a talented group. Finalists for the Joe Moore Award for the 3rd straight season. They put a big opening in the middle of that line of scrimmage for Milton to run through.
Yeah, you just have a program, you have a team that has all of their sharpshooters out there, and you have one team that's out there trying to get it done with anything they can. So that's what you're looking at right now, but you got to keep fighting.
Peyton Woodring, the freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, extra point. Low to snap. Carson back to quarterback to the holder. It's up, and it is good for Woodring. A freshman kicking scoring record of 125 points coming in, making 127 after the 2 scores. And on the first play of the second quarter, Georgia adds to their lead. Leading right now 14-0, and it is the largest deficit of the season for this Florida State football team. Down by 14 points. And the Noles have to come from behind, down double digits. Plenty of football left to be played, that's for darn sure. Tied for an FBS lead, 4 wins when trailing by 10 or more points in a game. We'll have to do it again here.
And they're used to doing this. They know that they can play from behind. They've done that a couple of games, 2 games this year. They found a way to come back and get it done. You're playing against, again, one of the best programs in the country. So your thing is now offensively, again, if you're going to run the ball, you got to make sure you run downhill, try to hit the creases, try to split something and take it to the house. Other than that, you're trying to take shots down the field again. And you need, again, I think you need to take those early and often to make sure you're keeping Georgia off the line of scrimmage, so when you do run, they're not crowding you.
Deuce man, 3 yards deep. He'll back up, make the catch, take a knee. On the Gerald Zirkle kickoff. Touchback there. Second of the game for Zirkle. And now the Florida State offense back out, trailing 14-0. We'll take the ball 1st and 10 at our own 25-yard line. Georgia outgaining Florida State 197-30. And the running game has been very effective early. Bulldogs with 110 rushing yards in this game already.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have your big dogs in there to kind of hold that offensive line of Georgia. But at the end of the day, you got to work with what you work with. And now it's
Glenn rolling, being chased, throws. Portier caught, coming back to the football. 37, 38, 39, 40, far sideline. Kentron Portier has 3 catches early on here in this ball game. Move those chains for FSU.
Great job by Brock Glenn right there, evading and getting out of the pocket, evading the rush, and keeping his eyes upfield to find Portier on the sideline, who was running a comeback, came back to that ball, snagged it up. Excellent play.
Tyke Smith, 5th-year senior out of Philadelphia, made the tackle. All-American player. Williamson in motion right to left. 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action. Glenn stepping up. Home run ball. Portier's got a step. Down the seam. He's got it. Inside the 5. Kentron. More like Megatron. Early in this game. Big play alert for the Noles.
Man, Brock Glenn. Brock Glenn, can you do the Cinderella, baby? I love the way. Look at the ball out there. He throws it to Portier, but then comes back the very next play, and that was all hands by Portier. We've seen him do that. We saw him in the spring really tear things up, but this is what I was saying. Georgia doesn't believe that we can make those type of plays on them, so we have to take shots down the field, and that was an excellent play right there.
55 yards on the home run ball to Portier from Brock Glenn. 6 in the play clock. 1st and goal from the 3. Glenn rolling right, may throw, now may run, tucks it back. Ooh, he's grabbed. Look out. Got to keep him upright. He got smacked and hit well, hit hard by Michael Williams. Glenn maybe loses a yard on the play on the RPO rolling right. But how about that throw, huh? 55-yard home run ball on the money to Portier. Great hands by Kentron.
Yeah, right there. I think I would have liked him to make a little bit quicker decision to go ahead and run that ball. Looked like he had someone right in the flats on that play. Might have been Murlock. But if he would have got that ball out right now, he takes it down, he pulls it down. I understand. You don't want to have a turnover down here in the red zone. You just had such a great play.
Best pass of the career, young career of Brock Glenn. Trips left, Tyke Williams right. Holmes to the right of Glenn in the gun. 2 on the play clock, 1, snapping it. Glenn will throw, looking over the middle, incomplete. Douglas thought he was bumped into.
Ja'Kai Douglas was wide open back on the backside of that.
Yeah, I think he's waving at Brock, saying, hey, find me next time. You missed me on that one. He was wide open. Bulldogs had that covered up.
I would look to think that same play, Ja'Kai Douglas was wide open again in the same place waiting for the ball.
Man, Raylan Wilson, yeah.
It went inside that time to Murlock, but I think if he takes one more progression, one more look out, he sees Ja'Kai wide open.
Raylan Wilson, the Tallahassee native, was all over Morlock. So it's Fitzgerald here. Ryan Fitzgerald, a 22-yard field goal from the right hash. Rosenberry to snap, Masterman on a hold. Good snap, spot, Fitzy splits them. And it is good. So, some confidence for the young freshman quarterback, Brock Glenn, showing off his arm strength, Noles fans. A 55-yard strike to Kentron Portier, the longest plays of both of those young men's careers. And Portier has been great here early on. 6 plays, 71 yards, 2:23 off the clock. Ryan Fitzgerald with his 19th field goal of the season. Time out of the field. 12:34 left, first half. Georgia leading 14-3. You're listening to Seminole football from Learfield.
The hustle and bustle of Christmas is over, and it's time to treat myself for all of my hard work. So of course I went to Kohl's, and boy I'm glad I did, because it's their biggest clearance event of the season. I saved 70% on a cute pair of jeans, a cozy sweater, and some comfy PJs. Yep, Going to Kohl's was just what I needed. Now to get back in the holiday spirit for New Year's. Select styles up to 70% off ends January 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Coverage of the Orange Bowl continues after this timeout from your local station. This is Seminole football from Learfield.
Picnic, tailgate, or conference room. Whichever table you gather around, we'll be sure there's plenty to go around. Bring them together with barbecue. Grab Sonny's to go, or let us cater your next shindig with all your slow smoke favorites and sides. Available for pickup, delivery, or set up and serve. Order now at Sonny'sBBQ.com. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Since 1998, Carver's Discount Cleaners has been offering the lowest prices and providing excellent dry cleaning services in and throughout Tallahassee. As a veteran-owned business, Carver's Discount Cleaners has the mission to provide high-quality dry cleaning services at affordable prices with 3 convenient Tallahassee locations. They offer same-day services, so you can say goodbye to overpriced dry cleaning. Don't get taken to the cleaners. Choose Carver's.
That 55-yard big play alert from Glenn, the portier, as our Allstate Good Hands play of the game. With insurance from Allstate, you'll be game day ready every day. Visit allstate.com to learn more. Allstate, you're in good hands. Ryan Fitzgerald, 22-yard field goal, gets the Noles on the board. 12:34 left, second quarter, 14-3. Georgia on top. The boot by Fitzgerald. Man, he puts a leg into it over the head of Dylan Bell, 9 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. Down the sidelines, Tom Block with a Mango Minute, TB.
You were talking about what a play like that can do for a young quarterback. I mean, when Brock Glenn came over to the sideline, there was a smile on his face, but it was an exhale. And then there was also frustration that he didn't get the touchdown after the big pass. But, you know, it takes a little while. You got to get repetitions, and you can definitely see he's literally breathing easier now that he knows he can do that against a team like Georgia.
Well, that's huge, right, Barnard? I mean, those are the types of plays that get young guys going, get them rolling.
Build a confidence, and then it sends electricity throughout the entire team when you get something done like that.
Whistles before the ball is snapped. And maybe we got to switch out the football. They're going to move it where Georgia wants it. By the way, we told you about Xavier Truss wearing 77. That's a new tradition. An offensive lineman wearing 77 to honor Devin Willock, who died in a car accident the night of the national championship celebration in Athens last January. They honor him with that 77 uniform. Back play action rolling right over the middle, caught by Delp, 30, 35. They try to jump over Kevin Knowles. Not a well-conceived idea, young man. Knowles hog ties him around the right ankle and rips him down.
Yeah, do much of a gain on that, but Pat Payton kind of goes down inside with the play action and allows the quarterback to wheel back outside of him there to throw it to the tight end.
Gain of 14 to Delp, his 22nd catch of the year. Carson back in a rhythm, 7 of 11 for 101. Going to throw on 1st and 10 down the far sideline. Oh, what a catch by Dylan Bell at the 30. Unbelievable. Great play over the top of Azarie Thomas, and that was a great ball by Carson Beck. How about that pass?
Yeah, he laid that one in the only place he really could lay it, and the receiver did a superb job of just locating that ball and pulling it in. Good coverage. I mean, Thomas is all over him. Just a great throw and a great catch.
And a big play alert for Carson Beck. A gain of 31 to Dylan Bell. That's a career-long reception for Bell. 1st and 10 from the 30. Delayed handoff. Ooh, big hole. Milton, 25. Milton carrying defenders with him to the 15-yard line. Kendall Milton dragging Quindarius Jones in the red zone area down to the 15. On the march again, Georgia.
Yeah, just good push right there. I mean, I don't know where the outside containment is on the left side. I think Patrick Payton got caught down inside, but really nobody out there, and the next person to tackle him was the defender in the secondary.
1st and 10 from the 15. Beck clapping the hands to receivers right, one to the left. Milton now shifting to the left of Beck in the gun. Kendall Milton with 2 rushing touchdowns. Handoff, Milton sprinting right, has an alley 10, 5, touchdown. The Dogs and this offense are having a big day as Dejon Edwards That time taking it in. Edwards with the first rushing touchdown of the afternoon for Georgia. For Edwards himself, the third by the Bulldogs. This rushing attack is finding alleys in the FSU defense.
Well, again, it goes back to what TB was saying, where I was talking about earlier, is that you have young guys who haven't played together as a unit. So you know what to expect from a guy that you played with for 12, 13 games. You know what they're going to do and where you need to be and where you need to make your fits at. And right now, we just have too many guys that are playing their first big game and getting their first real shot at reps against, one of the great teams.
Quick answer by the Bulldogs. Woodring's extra point is good. A 4-play, 75-yard drive, 1:56 off the clock. Third rushing touchdown of the afternoon for the Dogs. First for Dejon Edwards. And for Edwards, his 12th rushing touchdown of the season. So an answer back by Georgia. They lead Florida State with 10:38 left in the second quarter, 21-3. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
The warm Florida summer is officially over and the chilly air is here to stay. It's time to cozy up by the fire with family and friends. Just make sure that pesky pests like roaches, ants, and rodents aren't trying to join in on the winter fun. This is the time of the year when pests and wildlife intruders start seeking food and shelter inside your home or business as the temperature drops. Luckily, you can trust the pest control experts at Arrow Exterminators, proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles, to keep your home or business pest-free inside and out. Schedule a free pest inspection today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All this football action making you hungry? Wawa has you covered. Wawa Catering makes it easy to get hoagies, snacks, drinks, and more. Order ahead at wawacatering.com. Choose pickup or delivery, and it'll be ready in time for game day. Or block hunger right now with the Wawa app. Order your favorites on the app and get them however you want. Pickup, curbside, or delivery. Download the Wawa app today. Wawa is a proud partner of Seminole football.
Florida State football is on the air. Now, back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Alongside Tom Block and William Barr, Floyd. Here's Jeff Culhane.
First rushing touchdown of the afternoon for Dejon Edwards. 3 today. And Georgia, they are efficient offensively. 140 on the ground, 132 through the air, outgaining Florida State 272-101. They lead right now 21-3. Before we continue on, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield. Jeff Culhane, William Barr, Floyd, Tom Block, Andy Surratt, Chris Culp, Ari Masudi. Back at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Let's go down to the sidelines. Tom Block with a Mango Minute. Tom.
Well, as you might expect, with the ease with which Georgia went down the field there, you see some heads start to go down for the Florida State defense. Adam Fuller, incredibly calm. Odell Higgins trying to be positive in their reinforcement and their words to the players. Just say, hey, it's all right. Get your heads up, stay in this game. But a lot of young faces out there not knowing what hit them so far.
Yeah. Here's Jared Circle. High end-over-end kick, returnable for Spann. Far hash, 3-yard line, 10, 15. Ooh, he's drilled. The ball came out. It's a fumble. The ball is out far sideline near the 27-yard line, and Georgia says they have it. They do. He got drilled. Deuce Spann got absolutely smacked. And a special teams turnover, giving Georgia a short field.
Well, if you didn't want to see that happen, and talk about special teams and how big of a part of it is, but one thing about it, man, I like that there was no fear right there. I mean, he saw a seam, he tried to hit it, but just did not hold on to the football. And if you're going to go into somebody like that, you got to make sure you wrap the ball up in the thicket, and we just didn't get it done that time.
Chaz Chambliss caused the fumble and recovered by Spear, 83. Chambliss, put a hit on him and popped him really good. You can hear that all the way up here. And the Bulldogs going for an early uppercut swing after the special teams turnover. 1st and 10 from the 27. It's a throw behind the line to McConkey. He can still throw it. He's running. Gets around Payton. Now McConkey up the middle of the field. 20. McConkey, 15. Near side 10. 5. Dives. He's in. Touchdown. Unbelievable. What a performance. What a run by McConkey. And the Bulldogs can do no wrong right now.
Yep, right now, I mean, I don't know what happened there that nobody was able to trail the linebackers. I think everybody was running downfield right there, and kid just did a great job of pulling the ball down. He saw that there was nobody on that side of the field and just went and made plays, and we still haven't been able to make tackles.
They put a move on Payton and got around him.
Yep.
They threw it to the far sideline behind the line. And so McConkey could still throw it. He ran all the way across the field, back the other way, got around the defense, some good blocking down the field, and the Bulldogs are in a rhythm right now. So a turnover leads to points. Woodring extra point is through. It's good.
And that's why it's so important to protect the football. Special teams. And I was a little concerned about that on Deuce when he brought out that first one. It was a little deep in the end zone, and we had to start around the 10-yard line. But most definitely, I like the courage of trying to run up in there. But if you're going to try to split it like that and go in gung-ho, you got to make sure you protect the football. And that time, he just didn't wrap it up with two hands in the thicket. Ball's able to get knocked out.
Yeah, Chambliss, the starting outside linebacker, really put a lick on him. And Cole Spear, backup wide receiver, was able to make the recovery right in front of the Florida State sideline. And this shows you the talent of McConkey. He's healthy now. He missed 5 games due to a back injury, and he did that one almost all on his own. Got some help, obviously, down the field from his mates, but that was an unbelievable play.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it almost looked like it was a punt return. You know, he was their punt returner most of the season. It almost looked like he just caught a punt on the sideline and came all the way back across the field. Really, nobody there to make the tackle.
Hey, Florida Blue, a proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles. Stop by their Tallahassee Florida Blue Center, located on Appalachia Parkway, or visit them online at floridablue.com. Circle, high, shorter, end-over-end kick, and Span will return it. Middle of the field, 10, 15, Span stopping, and going to be grabbed, falling forward. Chambliss was there again, and Span out near the 19-yard line. Do we have our first flag of the game? And no, we do not. So the Noles, after Zirkle kicking it shorter and asking Span to come out and return it, we do have a flag.
Well, they're going to do that for the rest of the game.
So we do have a flag, and that is on Georgia. And so a penalty call on the kicking team. I think it might have been an offsides penalty, as our Big Ten officiating crew was a little late to the call on that one. So yeah, offsides, the penalty on the kickoff. So here's Deuce Span, rather now Ja'Kai Douglas running Wildcat with Keziah Holmes off to his right side. So Douglas running a Wildcat look here, changing it up. 1st and 10 for the 24, Douglas running right, blockers in front, Douglas bursting through, Douglas spins up a tackle, 45, out near the 47-yard line. I tell you what, if he makes one more man miss, it's a house call. Ja'Kai with juice right there.
Love it right there. And I mean, again, I like the coaching in that. You just got to find ways to get your offense started. And what better play than to go in with the Wildcat with Ja'Kai? You know, I always say these young men as a matchup problem, nightmares for defenses, especially if you have a linebacker or safety trying to guard them. But a great job that time of reading it. Great job with the offensive line, opening up a crease in there and allowing them to get upfield.
Career long rush at 23 for Ja'Kai Douglas. 1st and 10 at our own 47, middle of the field. 3 tight ends shifting. West, Daniel, and Morlock left to right. Holmes to the right of Douglas in the gun. Now running left. Little quarterback counter. Douglas squirting through across midfield. Douglas out near the 45-yard line. Ja'Kai Douglas just getting small in there, bar none, behind the big uglies and picking his way forward.
That's what he is. You see the patience. And one thing that's good about him is he has the ability to stop.
Georgia bench. There was no yards associated with the warning.
but just have an opportunity to be able to squirt through there and get it done like that. And the patience and vision that he has is what's making those plays successful.
That one, a gain of 8, coming in with 14 carries, 25 yards in 3 seasons here in Tallahassee. Across midfield, 2nd and 2 from the Georgia 45-yard line. Same formation. 3 tight ends left. Williamson wide to the right. Now all 3 tight ends shift left to right. West, Daniel, and Moreland. Holmes to the right, and Douglas in the gun. Running right. Douglas trying to get around the defense. That time the Bulldogs able to squirt through. No gain. And now here comes a 3rd and 2 for Mike Norvell's offense. The ACC Coach of the Year, C.J. Allen, the freshman middle linebacker. Another play. And Norvell again yesterday, honored with the 2023 Dodd Trophy. A coach with the highest ideals on and off the field. Bobby Bowden earned that award back in 1980. So Florida State, one of 8 institutions with multiple recipients of the Dodd Trophy. 3rd and 2. At our own 45. Brock Glenn back, and now he rushes under center. Play action, rolling right, looking, flips it out to Holmes, far sideline. Oh, what a catch by Holmes. Backpedaling out of bounds, the throw a little bit behind him, and Holmes made essentially a one-handed catch. Kamari Lassiter, the great corner, was in the face of Brock Glenn, bar none, and nice play there by the 2 youngsters.
Yeah, this 4th down in inches. Did we not get it? I guess not.
I guess he stepped out early, it looks like. He did. It looked like Holmes was near the line, but he's just shy of the line to gain. So it's 4th and 1. 4th and 1 at the Georgia 44. We're going to go for it. Why wouldn't we?
Yep.
Down 28-3 midway through this 2nd quarter. And now Mike Norvell is going to use his 2nd timeout.
2nd charge, team out, Florida State. Timeout on the field.
So Gregory Blum, our white hat, Big Ten crew. Mike Norvell uses his 2nd timeout. 1 remaining. On a 4th and 1 call coming. 7:34 left until halftime. Noles lead a little juice here. Down 28-3. We'll take a break ourselves. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue Center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Want to make sure he gets to the game on time? Tommy, your uniform is ready. Let's go. Install a natural gas dryer, and you're guaranteed faster drying times and softer laundry. And now you can earn a valuable cash rebate up to $200 on an energy-efficient natural gas dryer. Show your home love with natural gas, and it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
This is the 2023 Orange Bowl. Now back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's the voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane.
Hey, Florida Farm Bureau members get free tickets to select FSU men's basketball games. Just visit myffbf.org to sign into your account and then follow the prompts for attractions and sports and sporting events to get your 2 free tickets. Tickets are offered on a first-come, first-served basis and are subject to availability. And a Farm Bureau member, visit myffbf.org and register to become a member today. Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, proud to support Florida State Athletics. Well, there was some thought that Mike Norvell used a timeout to have them take a look at this play and review it, bar none. But right now, currently, 4th and 1 at the Georgia 44, 7:34 left until halftime. We're down 28-3.
Yeah, I see the referee running back right now from the screen. Let's see what he tells us. I guess he's saying here they didn't change anything. Still fourth down.
Yep. So still fourth down. We're going to go for it here. The Noles, 47% on fourth down this season. Georgia allowing fourth downs 57% of the time.
Get upfield.
Here's a handoff running right to left. Darion Williamson to the near numbers, and he got it. So a jet sweep right to left. Darion Williamson with good speed, and that's a first down. Move those chains for FSU, a fourth down conversion.
Yes, move them. That's one of those situations where the first daylight you see, you're only trying to get 1 yard, a few inches. Get upfield. If you keep stretching that thing out against a good speedy defense, it can hurt you. But a great job that time of picking up the first down.
Got 2 yards. First and 10 at the Georgia 42-yard line. Holmes in the pistol. Glenn in the shotgun. Play action. Rolling right. Glenn looking back to the left. Looking. Pass batted down. Pass was batted down by Michael Williams, defensive end, second team All-ACC with 49 career quarterback pressures coming in, and another one too right there.
That's where you have to have a clock in your head as a quarterback. You know that you have limited time to get that ball out, maybe 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. Right there, he's about 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket, and the Georgia defense has time to converge on the ball and bat it down.
Here comes Ja'Kai Douglas back in the game, a wildcat look with Ja'Kai. And a 23-yard run earlier on in the drive. Second and 10 at the Georgia 42, down 28-3. 3 tight end shift. We're unbalanced to the right side. Holmes to the right, and Douglas in the gun. Deuce man wide right. Douglas with a quarterback counter to the right side. A Georgia defender's helmet pops off. Or actually, that's Casey Roddick's helmet flies off in the middle of the line. And across the 40 out near the 38-yard line for Douglas. And a gain of 4 yards.
State must leave the one play due to helmet loss.
Yeah, you saw the helmet fly high in the air for Roddick as he was pulling that left guard spot. Oh, boy. Big collision on the edge.
Yeah,
that time with Michael Williams.
Yeah, that's a situation where you got to have the low pads. That's one of the, you get coach up on the sideline with Coach Bowden coming back, and he'll tell you, man, hey, William, low man wins. So you just got to get your pads lowered.
3rd and 5 from the 38. Empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Douglas lines up to the right of Glenn in the gun. Glenn will throw. 3rd and 5. Down the field. Looking for Destin Hill. Near sideline. No. Couldn't hang on. Out of bounds. Inside the 10-yard line. He caught it looked like, but apparently did not stay in bounds. Incomplete. Let's go back down the sidelines. Tom Blog with a Mango Minute. Tom.
Obviously a big fourth down. Yeah, just a little bit out of bounds there. I was going back to the previous play when Roddick lost his helmet.
Hey, we got to replay that.
I think he might have caught it.
Well, let's take another look. What I was going to say is Roddick was fortunate they didn't flag him because after you lose your helmet, you're supposed to disengage. Now, that's hard to do, but he kept his block there, and that would have been a 15-yarder.
The previous play is under further video review.
All right, a Sunstop second look, bar none. You thought he was able to hang on, got 1 foot in?
It looked like it to me. I mean, I could be wrong, but I could swear that left foot is down and boom, right there. Ball secure.
Did he bobble it?
Oh, did he bobble it? Yeah, okay, yeah, we scooped it, yeah.
Might have bobbled it.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, Sunstop second look. It only takes 1 look to find everything you need under the sun at Sunstop. Food, fuel, and smiling faces at their radio locations in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Sunstop, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. Now we're taking a look at it. He has possession, but he bobbles it when he hits the ground, Destin Hill. So he caught it, and when he hit the ground, the ball moved around a little bit. And unfortunately, that play call will be confirmed.
Yep.
I feel like.
I agree with you on that one. That ball was doing a low moving, and then it almost looked like the tip of it touched the ground. But he just barely got that 1 foot in. So he's able to, if he could pull that ball all the way and secure it into his body, he catches that ball, but it hits the ground, like lands on his arm and bobbles a little bit.
It looks like Alex Mastromano is out to kick the football away. At least warming up and getting ready to. Still taking a long look at it.
I don't know, in college football, can the ground calls movement, do they?
I think this one, the ball was moving around. He did catch it, but it's just everything was moving after he hit the ground. I don't know.
Be interesting. Because I can't tell whether that hand gets up under, it stays up under, then if it's backhand.
You have to review. The ball hit the ground as the player was trying to possess it. There's an incomplete pass.
Okay.
The ruling is confirmed.
Yeah, right call.
Yep.
And our Sunstop second look. Referee Gregory Broom, Big Ten crew. Here at the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl, Georgia leading 28-3 with 6:04 left until halftime, and the offense will come back out. So Mike Norvell, 4th and 6 at the Georgia 38, is not punting this away. Already one 4th down conversion on the drive. Why not?
Exactly.
38-yard line, you're in no man's land. Going for it. Two receivers right, Williams wide left. Morlock tight end to the right side. Glenn will throw. Here comes pressure. Looking right, throwing right, knocked away. Incomplete. Darion Williamson. It would have been right near the line to gain, and C.J. Allen was over there. Middle linebacker, true freshman. Slapped that away from Darion Williamson, and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that ball needs to be put outside just a little bit more. Right then, it was on the inside shoulder of the receiver. Probably should have been on the outside shoulder of the receiver, especially because the defender was coming from the inside. So now you have the ball thrown inside and the defender coming that way with the receiver looking back at the possible hit. So you got to make sure you have the right kind of placement. And that's something that you'll learn after you have more and more reps. Right now, just out there trying to get it done at the quarterback position.
So, turnover on downs, 1st and 10 at our 38-yard line. Georgia at their own 38-yard line, rather. Two receivers left and right, tight to the line. Milton to the right, a back in the gun. Pop pass, left to right, Dylan Bell. Nice tackle near sideline, but Quindarius Jones at the 41-yard line. Excellent job by the freshman out of Meridian, Mississippi. Great play.
Yeah, it was. Good open field tackle right there.
Gain of 3. 5:40 and counting until halftime. Georgia leading Florida State 28-3 in a balanced offensive attack by the Bulldogs, and 4 rushing touchdowns today on the ground. Most allowed this season by Florida State by far. Hand up, big hole. Oh my goodness, Milton just trucking Quindarius Jones at midfield. That's a senior and a true freshman colliding on that play.
That's the way to get your body in front of the runner doing, take him down. Again, he's out there on the island by himself. If he doesn't make that tackle, it's going to be a bigger play by the running back.
Going quickly, 1st and 10 near midfield. Beck going to throw, winding up near sideline, home run ball. Arian Smith, a lot of contact. Jones, incomplete. Pass interference. Jones was all over him. Arian Smith near sideline, stride for stride, but a lot of contact. It'll be PI.
Pass interference. Defense, number 16, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic. First down.
They're going after 1-6 on this drive, aren't they?
Yeah, they is. I mean, that's what you do. You go into the least experienced player, and right now the least experienced, he got pulled into the receiver. The receiver actually pulled him into him, but you just go after the youngest player on the field with the least experience, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
So the ball moving into Florida State's territory. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. 28-3, Georgia on top. 4:57 left until halftime. 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Back. Handoff. No, he's going to flip it out in the flat. Fakes it to Delp. 25-20. Delp. Grabbed by Conrad Hussey down at the 15-yard line. Great fake by the QB back. And Oscar Delp with a big play, nearly a gain of 20 yards.
And I would think that would be Hussey's man right there. He's a safety. That's the tight end. So he gets caught with his eyes in the backfield, allows the safety to allows the tight end to come all the way across right there. He's just outflanked right there.
Back is 10 of 14 for 154 throwing it. 331 a total yardage for Georgia. Quick to the line. Beck under center. Tight trips to the right side. Receiver wide left. Here's the handoff. Up the gut. Good tackle. At the line of scrimmage, Gilbert Edmonds grabbing Kendall Milton, and he swallowed him up after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, good job that time, just coming down the line of scrimmage and feeding down, chasing that tackle. And that's what you do. When the tackle disappears, you feel like space where he was, and that's where Edmonds was able to get there and make that play.
Dejon Edwards, the back in the backfield. A rushing touchdown earlier. Bulldogs shift, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Edwards to the left, a back in the gun. 2nd and 8 from the 13. Beck, quick throw, slip screen. That's caught, 10-5, touchdown, Arian Smith. They schemed that one up to perfection. Back, quick throw, good blocking. Arian Smith's second touchdown grab of the season. And the Bulldogs are feeling good.
Yep, right now, I mean, they just hit on all cylinders, and it's because their timing hadn't been thrown off. They've been playing together the whole year, and they just understand what they're doing right now. We're still trying to find our fits defensively, and then find the coverage. You see a lot of young players. You got true freshmen in there right now getting it done. So it is what it is. They just need to keep competing.
Woodring will kick the extra point here. And it's up and good. And this was certainly your fear coming in today with Georgia. And they had 18 guys hit the portal, but they haven't had anybody opt out. No one of significance has opted out to go to the draft for this Georgia team. Now, they are a younger team than, even though they have played together, there are younger guys playing on this squad, especially on defense for Georgia. And this was your fear coming into today. With 3:39 left in the first half, Georgia leads Florida State 35-3. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Tailgate like a Knoll this season with the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Try the new and exclusive officially licensed FSU beer, Legacy Lager. Visit Oyster City Brewing's tap room right down the road from Doak Campbell Stadium on West Gaines Street, or find their beer at retailers across the state. Remember to please drink responsibly. Oyster City Brewing Company, the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics.
This is the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
AgPro is your home team when it comes to the hard yardage, and a John Deere compact tractor is unbeatable. Just like the Seminoles. With dozens of attachments, you can outfit your team player exactly how you want. We carry additional product lines coupled with knowledgeable and friendly parts, service, and sales staff. Visit your home team John Deere dealer at one of our 11 Florida locations or visit us at agproco.com.
Seminole fans know that when their health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the region's only comprehensive stroke center, one of the top heart and vascular programs in the Southeast, the area's most powerful cancer center, and Tallahassee's only Level 3 neonatal ICU. For 75 years, our expert team has offered the latest technology and treatment options to get you and your family back in the game. We are Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life.
Hey, welcome back. Hard Rock Stadium, 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. And your fear coming in as a Florida State fan with so many young faces and new faces and big-time players deciding to move on to the National Football League is unfortunately what we're seeing today. And Georgia leads Florida State 35-3. One of our KPMG pregame stats to watch. This defense this year holding teams down. Zirkle, end over end return. Kick that is not returned 2 yards deep in the end zone. Touchback by Deuce Spann. 9 straight games holding teams 20 points or less. In all 13 games this season coming in, holding opponents to 13 points or less. 1 of 3 in the FBS to do that. And the Bulldogs have put 35 on the board here in this first half thus far. KPMG. Stat to watch because data is important to every organization. KPMG, proud to sponsor Game Day Stats. We're going with a Wildcat look again. Ja'Kai Douglas alone in an empty backfield. Williamson, rather Holmes in motion right to left. Fake the pop pass. Douglas bursting through across the 25, down near the 30-yard line. Ja'Kai Douglas, we've seen that Wildcat look, and man, he knows how to run it pretty well. That's the old high school quarterback right there, bar none. Ja'Kai Douglas at a Terrebonne High School. He played QB. He's looking the part right now.
He understands what's going on, and plus he has just great vision and great feel for the game. You see him being patient, waiting for those blocks to be set up, and then exploding through the crease as soon as he sees it.
Brought Glenn back in. Trips to the left side, and Holmes wide right. Williamson in motion. Now bouncing right, back to the left. 2nd and 5. Glenn looking to throw. Look out under pressure, rolling to the near side. Glenn down the field, caught. Hakeem Williams out of bounds. That's a first down near the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the day. Hakeem Williams, who had that great 44-yard touchdown reception late versus Syracuse, making a grab.
Great job right there of just Brock keeping his eyes upfield. And that's what you're taught as a quarterback. Keep your eyes upfield looking for the most viable receiver. And right there, you see Hakeem Williams just scrambling with him to the sideline and is able to get the reception.
So gain of 12, 1st and 10 from the 37. Glenn, handoff Holmes, an alley to the right side. The Titusville native, lowering the shoulder, running hard across the 40, near the 45-yard line. Keziah Holmes had a Cocoa High. Coming in, this paints a picture for you with how the roster has changed. Holmes is the team leader in touchdowns. Coming into this game with 4 on the year. Zion Logue made the tackle.
And that just tells you how much we're missing out there on both sides of the ball with our weapons.
No doubt. 2nd and 3 from the 44. Fake the handoff. Pocket collapsing. Glenn winds up. Home run looking for Destin Hill. He couldn't get there at the 5. He had a step on his defender, on Javon Bullard, the defensive MVP in both playoff games last year, and Hill had a beat. And if he can just get an extra yard over to his right, it's a touchdown.
Well, Brock isn't really able to step into this ball. That just shows his arm strength. He didn't have the accuracy, but he had the strength to get it downfield, basically with a defender hanging all over him in his face.
3rd and 4. 1:52 left. First half, down 35-3. Georgia has been as good as advertised, especially on offense today. And Mike Norvell will use his final timeout. Upset with his freshman quarterback, pleading with him about some communication issues.
Team timeout, Florida State. 30-second timeout.
We've seen the examples, haven't we?
Yep.
Today of new guys, new players, young guys, young team. And another example right there with Mike Norvell using his 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about knowing what the man next to you do. You played with them all season long. You don't have them, and then you don't have 2 or 3 of them on the defensive line. So everybody's still just trying to figure it out, figure their way around out there. And the same thing offensively. I think he's a little bit better. We don't have the points to show it, but the way we're able to move the ball a little bit, especially with Ja'Kai and the blocking that they're getting on the offensive line, that unit has been together all year, basically. You know, they've been in and out. So I think up front they're doing fine. We just got to be more consistent in trying to get the ball out there on the wings because they're playing us man-to-man. We just got to keep attacking.
3rd and 3 from our own 44. Down 35-3, 1:52 left until halftime. The receivers right, Williams wide left, Morlock wing left, Douglas to the left, Glenn in the gun, going to throw, 3rd and 3, stepping up. He may run, he will, skips a tackle. Does he have it? I think he does. Tripped up from behind by Jalen Walker, team leader in sacks. And Glenn, he's got a little shake to him.
Yeah.
First down.
And to be honest, I would like to see him do that a lot more when he has an opportunity. If he feels like there's nothing out there and he has 10 yards of green in front of him, go ahead and pick up those 5-7 yards.
Publix halftime show's coming up. Tom Block will have a conversation going in with Mike Norvell. 1st and 10 near midfield play action. Glenn winding up, looking for Hakeem Williams again. Incomplete, overthrown. Williams battling down that near sideline. Fighting his way down the field. The young corner that he faced that time. Georgia getting some young guys in the game. That was Daniel Harris, a true freshman quarterback, who's actually in the portal himself, but playing in this game for the Bulldogs. Clock stops, 1:22 remaining till the half. 2nd and 10 at near midfield, right hash. Trips right, Morlock tight end left. Glenn will throw. Glenn stepping up, rolling to his right. Down the seam, caught by Williamson. Oh, no, he dropped it through his hands. The throw was a little high over his head, far sideline near the 30. But if he catches that, he's still running.
That's why, we keep talking about opportunities, and this game is all about opportunities. This is the best competition you're going to be able to go up against unless you're playing your team. And that time, that ball just goes right through Williams' hands. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, it was a little higher than I could see from here watching the replay. There is a player down. And let's go down to Tom Block. There's a Georgia player. No, it's a Knoll, isn't it? Yeah, that's a Florida State player hurt.
Yeah, it's Robert Scott Jr. And he was pointing at his left shoulder right away before he took a knee. So I don't know if it popped out or what, but that's what they're going to be working on. And remember, Darius Washington, I've seen him moving around. It wasn't clear to me if he was able to return or not, but he was walking a little gingerly.
Oh, man.
Already short-handed. You definitely don't need to lose any more players this game.
So Darius Washington started at left tackle, as Tom mentioned. He exited with an injury, hobbling. And now Robert Scott, pointing to his shoulder, is banged up. So down 2 left tackles.
Well, he's shaking it off. Hopefully it's just a stinger.
Yeah. Clock stops with 1:16 left. Georgia, by the way, has all 3 timeouts. They lead 35-3, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
All right, need to finish this thing off. Got an opportunity to try to put some more points on the board, but we got to have a nice pickup right here.
So here comes Jalen Early in the ball game, the redshirt freshman youngster, a left tackle wearing 54 to replace Robert Scott. 3rd and 10 at the 49. Trips left. Holmes to the right of Glenn in the gun. Glenn going to throw. Glenn, nice ball. Near side, caught by Williamson. First down, 35-30. Out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That ball had some mustard on it, Knowles fans, and Williamson grabs that one. Move those chains for FSU.
That's the way to come back, young man. Should have had the one to play before. I just trust and believe that you can get up at about 7'6" with that wingspan and grab anything about 10 feet in. I know it's easy for him to dunk the ball, but that was a good job right there, catching that ball and picking up the first down.
Gain of 26, 1st and 10 from the 25. Glenn throwing near side, nearly a one-handed grab by Hakeem Williams at the 5. Incomplete. Incomplete near sideline. Glenn looking for Williams, 2 true freshmen. Going at it, trying to connect in this 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Clock stops, 1:01 left, second quarter.
And again, Georgia just feels like they have that.
Please reset the game clock to 103.
That moxie about them where they're going to play you man-to-man, and we need to be able to win those man-to-man battles.
Thank you.
So the clock goes back to 103 as you're Gregory Bloom right there. Down 35-3. Let's get some points here. Empty backfield. Douglas motions out far to the right side. The receivers left and right. Jackson West, wing left. Glenn will throw. Glenn, pocket collapsing. Ball deflected at the line and incomplete. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Warren Brinson. Young man out of Savannah, Georgia. Got his big mitt on it for his first PBU of the year. 3rd 10.
That time it looks like you're trying to go over the middle, hit that slant that we've been asking for all day, but not able to get the ball around the hand of the defender. And again, we've been out on the outsides, that man-to-man. We need to keep trying to attack those man-to-man situations.
3rd and 10 from the 25, left hash. West motions across the formation, trips to the right side. Holmes to the right of Glenn in the gun, going to throw again. Twist up front, look out, he's drilled. Ball's out. Fumble and picked up by the Bulldogs. Return near midfield. Flag down. Michael Williams recovered the fumble and brought it back near midfield. What's the flag, though?
I'm not sure, but that internal clock in your head as a quarterback, you know the type of pressure they're putting on you. You don't have that much time to stand in the pocket.
Foul, illegal low block. Offense number 26. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Well, one thing this team has not done this year, and I realize it's a different version.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 49 seconds. 4-9.
That we are a different version of ourselves in a lot of ways. We have not turned it over. In fact, just 5 times all season, we've turned over the football. We've done so twice tonight.
Yep. But again, it's that eternal clock. You have to know that you don't have that much time to stand in the pocket, especially when you can feel it collapsing all around you. You can't even step up in the pocket. You know it's too much pressure coming, so you got to figure a way to get that ball out of your hands.
Michael Williams with the Holy Trinity right there. Sack, strip sack, forced fumble, recovery. Cass Jones in the ball game at running back. Glenn going to throw, stepping up over the middle. Nearly picked off by Conrad Hussey on a bad throw. Worst of the night by Carson Beck, looking for Lovett over the middle. And, man, Hussey nearly had his first career interception.
And that's just a situation where the quarterback was getting some pressure on him. And I think we've proven if you can put some pressure on this quarterback, he's not that accurate.
Correct myself on that, would be the second interception of the young career of Conrad Hussey out of St. Thomas Aquinas. So 2nd and 10. Dogs in midfield, 44 seconds left. Beck will throw out of the gun. Winds up, far sideline, down the field. Oh, what a catch. Inside the 20-yard line, out of bounds. What a catch that time. Dylan Bell has had some big plays on that far sideline. Making a big-time grab. Wow.
We have not had an answer for him over there. I mean, whoever we've had on, he's been able to make plays. Ventrell Cypress, Zaire Thomas, neither one of them have been able to really hold 8-6. He's been going and getting it.
It's a big game. 35-yard reception. Dylan Bell is having his best game of the season. 4 catches, 84 yards for Dylan Bell. Clock at 37 seconds. 1st and 10 from the 16. Beck will throw. Lofts it. Corner of the end zone. A lot of contact. Flag. Greedy Vance battling that time. And unable with Meeks. Unable to stay with him. And it's Anthony Evans, switching numbers from 17 to 9. That's pass interference.
Yep, not hard.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. The foul occurred in the end zone by rule. It would be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic, first down.
Well, the Dogs have a big lead. Man, the last thing you want to see is a score here, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yep, it's not looking good.
Yeah. So pass interference. Just the second penalty of the game on Florida State. 1st and goal from the 2. Cass Jones back in the backfield. Beck going to throw. Rolling right. Throws a dart to Lovett at the goal line. Caught it. Broke the plane. Touchdown. Greedy Vance on in coverage. Dominic Lovett, his 4th touchdown grab of the season. The Bulldogs mockingly doing the war chant in the end zone of the student section. And they're having a ball.
Yeah, man, just so disrespectful. Like, I couldn't even really be excited about playing against a team that I know had half their team gone. So it is what it is on that. We still got to compete. The young guys got to find a way to keep fighting for the rest of the game. I mean, you got the second half to come. You need to make sure you come out and refocus. You've been doing that all year. Do it again.
4 plays, 51 yards. Georgia has put 14 points on the board off the 2 Florida State turnovers. Extra point by Woodring is up, and it is good. 24 seconds left until halftime. And yeah, this was your biggest fear. This was it right here. When you're coming to the game, you're talking about the game. What do you think is going to happen? This was the biggest fear.
Yep.
And we're living it, unfortunately, right now.
Just outman, and I mean, there's no way to say anything else about it right now. We just got to go ahead and continue to fight. That's all it is right now. I just want to see how this team continues to respond and continues to fight for the rest of the night.
Number 20 for Georgia is reported as number 81.
We knew it was going to be tough to get this one done, but all we want to see now is fighting and compete.
42-3 is the score with 24 seconds left in our half.
Just see how much production you're losing when you lose all the players we don't have playing. Both your receivers, the tight end, come back across the other side of the ball. I mean, using everybody I saw on that highlight film before the game is not playing.
Destin Hill, touchback 2 yards deep in the end zone. As you watch it on TV to your left, right in front of us, we're in the back corner of that end zone. Calling the game. So,
24 seconds there. I think you run the ball a couple of times, go into halftime, get on the drawing board like you've done all year and find a way to do what you've done all year, and that's come back out and compete like you know you can in the second half.
Halftime show brought to you by Publix is around the corner. Williamson and Hill wide left. Williams wide to the right. Morlock wing to the right. Holmes to the right. Glenn to the gun. Going to throw it over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Destin Hill. Crossing route. Incomplete. Tyke Smith, two-time All-American, all over him.
That man-to-man right there is just that you have to be able to get more separation.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 20 seconds, 2-0.
When you're man-to-man out there, especially when you're running that slant, you got to find a way to get separation. You know, if you step on the defender's step on his toes, make you think you're running a go, and then you get back inside him for the slant.
Brock Glenn is 7 of 21 for 121 yards throwing it tonight. Williamson in motion left to right. Handoff Keziah Holmes up the middle, running hard across the 30, flung forward near the 35. First down. Clock stops with 13 seconds. Gregory Bloom will roll it. Final 10 seconds. Rolling off this first half clock. Will we get a playoff here? We do. Final play. Glenn will throw. Fires down the seam, deflected and picked off at the 40-yard line. Being run back by Malachi Starks. Shaken, Bacon, now reversing course. Starks tackle from behind at the 36-yard line by Kyle Morlock. And that will put a close to our first 30 minutes of play.
That's the end of the first half.
We'll hear from Mike Norvell going into the locker room. A position this team has not been in quite some time. 19-game winning streak with a lot of our big-time names not here tonight. Facing the two-time defending national champions, and we're feeling it.
Yes, we are. But what Coach Norvell has been able to do all season, right now he has his team together, just telling them to fight him. You know, continue to fight. Go into halftime. Let's make some adjustments and come back out here on this field lit on fire.
Third pick of the season for Starks. First team All-SEC, consensus first team All-American. Let's go down the sidelines. Tom Block with the head coach.
Mike, so many new faces out there. What's your message to your team right now?
Right now, we just can't worry about the scoreboard. We obviously got to go out there and focus on just playing the best we can. We got a lot of new guys. But ultimately, you got an opportunity to go and continue to get better throughout the course of this game. Try to go out there and make one play at a time. Put together a couple drives. Got to get a couple stops. But that's all I want to see these guys do. Come compete their butts off here in the second half and go be the best we can be today.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, what do you... That's it, right? Like you've been saying the whole time.
That's it. I mean, right now it's all about trying to get these young fellas that you're going to be dependent on next year and for the next couple of years to try to get you back to a game like this. Let them get the experience and the knowledge in. It'll leave a taste in their mouth. It'll make them fight that much harder when they start off-season training here in the next month or so. It'll make them focus that much harder on what they know they have to do. And it all starts in the next month and a half for next season. So just, again, go in there, make some adjustments, and come back out and figure out how you can play the best football you can play with what you're working with.
And our conversation with Mike Norvell brought to you by ReliQuest, a force multiplier of security operations. ReliQuest combines the power of technology in a security operations platform. ReliQuest Gray Matter, with security expertise enabling customers to have increased visibility and the ability to confidently automate across the security lifecycle any time of the day, anywhere in the world. ReliQuest exists to make security possible. Georgia, they are in control. Lead at the half, 42-3. Publix halftime show is coming up next. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
They say good things come to those who wait. But with delivery or curbside pickup from Publix, powered by Instacart, now they come without the wait. In as little as an hour, you could have the good stuff like key lime pie and chocolate chip cookies come right to your door. Get started at Publix.com/shop because you can never have too much of a good thing. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Item prices vary from item prices in physical store locations. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Florida State football from Learfield.
Excellence defines us, so we'll never let orthopedic pain and injury define you. TOC is a physician-led team of fellowship-trained specialists providing the highest level of orthopedic care in the region. With 12 centers of excellence and TOC Now urgent care clinics, our patients access affordable, expert care fast. TOC, only experts. Schedule an appointment at teamtoc.com.
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcasts. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
30 minutes are in the books. Welcome to the Publix Halftime Report. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Coming up, we'll get an update of scores from across the country and take a look back at the first half. The Publix Halftime Report begins now.
Halftime show underway here at Hard Rock Stadium. We got some dancers out there. We got some big old stage. And going to entertain the crowd here at the halftime score, and it is Georgia leading Florida State 42-3. This one, as we've talked about, it stings. It's not the way you want your season to end, bar none. You thought that this could be a possibility with all the different changes with our roster and everything going on with transfer portal, opt-outs, etc. And we're kind of sadly, we're living our worst nightmare right now through the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen other programs have to deal with this, towards this time of the year when you have guys. But I think it's really a testament to this football team and this program that you had kids opt out that are really opting out because they feel like they're trying to get to the next level and don't want to have injuries. So it's good in that standpoint because you have that type of talent on the field playing for you. But now you realize that you don't have that talent, and you see what it looks like with having all those guys gone and missing this game right here. Just a lot of young players that are going to have a bad taste in their mouth, but it hopefully should motivate them, and they understand what it takes, the hard work it takes to get to a game like this, and they'll just keep going back out and fighting again, like I said, the beginning of next month, February, end of next month, beginning of February, starting the off-season program. But definitely a sour taste in your mouth, and you hate to sit around and hear people talk about how good these conferences are and whatnot. Would have really liked the opportunity to compete tonight at full strength, but that's not the way the cookie crumbled, and we just have to deal with it. We're unconquered, spiritually, mentally, and physically sometimes, so we just have to go ahead and continue to do what Florida State does, and that's compete. And I know Coach Norvell had these young men ready to come out here and compete a little bit harder in the second half and then finish this thing off and get ready for the offseason.
Certainly for not a lack of creativity, right? We've seen some different looks from Mike Norvell with Brock Glenn. Yep. We've seen Deuce Spann back there at quarterback, Ja'Kai Douglas. Yep. Both those guys, high school quarterbacks playing wide receiver in college. So Coach Norvell's trying to find everything he can muster in his bag of tricks right now to get this offense going.
Yeah, and I think he started last week when, the week before at Louisville when Toafili had to get in there and get back at that wildcat. You just put your best players in the position to make plays, and that's what he's been able to find a way to do. He's been able to find a way to get his best players the ball, get it to them in space, and then allow them to make plays out there. But again, tonight you're undermanned a little bit and just trying to get some cohesiveness with the young players that you do have playing.
What have you made of Brock Glenn in the first half? We've seen some great arm strength on some balls. He's uncorked deep balls down the field to his guys.
Well, you can tell he has a lot of confidence. He believes in his ability to get it done. Probably a little bit too much confidence on that last play where he got strip sacked back there, stood in the pocket a little bit too long. But that's going to come with maturing and having the opportunity to play in games like this. You really only get better when you're playing live bullets, when you're going against another team. You compete against your own team at home, but when you really get the experiences when you're playing in a game like this.
No doubt about it. And one of his go-to guys tonight's been Kentron Portier, a South Florida guy at a Coconut Grove, Miami Palmetto High School. We've seen Kentron's best game in a Florida State uniform right now.
Yeah, we thought that he was actually going to have a much huger year this year, getting it done on the field, but then with the additions of Johnny Wilson and Keon, basically he didn't get an opportunity to get out there and get the plays that he wanted to get and get as many reps. But tonight, this is what this game is about, going out there and proving it to the coaches, getting the confidence of the coaches that you can get it done.
Knowles, we need to come out in the final 30 minutes, respond, and compete, and close out this 2023 season in Seminole fashion. Publix halftime show, the official grocer of Florida State Athletics, where shopping is a pleasure. Publix, 42-3, halftime score. Georgia with the lead. Aria Masudi's up next. Some scores, some highlights. Look at us rolling through the Publix halftime show. That's on the way. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
If ACC football runs deep in your veins, then Sirius XM ACC Radio is what you need to listen to. We're talking conference and team previews, plus hear live games, news, and analysis from experts like Roddy Jones, Eric McClain, Katie George, and Tori Holt. Go in-depth with your favorite team with coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside ACC football like nowhere else. Feed your fandom on the Sirius XM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app and start streaming.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on the college football superfan who painted their back window in school colors and their side windows and the mirrors and most of the windshields. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? Get a rate based on you with DriveWise in the Allstate app. Not available in California, subject to terms and conditions. Some states' participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for purposes of rating. While in some states, your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Safer drivers will save with DriveWise. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is Seminole Football from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Back here at halftime, the Publix halftime show. Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens. Walk the Moon is out playing a concert. I believe they have that song, Shut Up and Dance With Me, which is honestly what I would rather be doing right now. Down 42-3 to Georgia. Quite a banger, quite honestly, but it's the only song I believe they have. So they're playing that right now for the fans with the Dogs and the Noles. It is Georgia up big at halftime. Let's get you some scores from around the rest of the country. That presented to you by Coca-Cola. Is Coke 0, the best Coke ever. Take a taste. Toledo 10-6 on top of Wyoming. 1:50 to play in the second quarter of the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. And that one, again, almost at halftime there. Ole Miss 38-25 winners over Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That one being played in Atlanta earlier today. Maryland's 31-13. They thump Auburn in the Music City Bowl. Some scores from yesterday and last night. Clemson 38-35 winners over Kentucky in the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Notre Dame 40-8 over Oregon State in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Memphis 36-26 in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl over Iowa State. And Mizzou 14-3 over Ohio State. That was a top 10 matchup in Dallas in the Cotton Bowl Classic. That is sponsored by Goodyear. And Ohio State, again, didn't have Maserati, Marvin Harrison. And they didn't have their quarterback, Kyle McCord. And that's, honestly, you see the opt-outs making a difference in these bowl games. They have really hurt Florida State here today. Upwards of 30 players in their 2 deep not available. And it's tough for Florida State down 42-3. We'll get you some quick stats in this one as I take a look. It's not pretty. Georgia, 383 yards of total offense. They did it on just 34 plays. And that's good for 11.3 yards per play. Beck, 13 of 18, 200 yards plus 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but it's on the ground, 180 rush yards. It's been the difference. Kendall Milton, 9 attempts, 104 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Dejon Edwards, 5 attempts for 59 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Bell has been phenomenal through the air, 4 catches for 84 yards. Georgia, 20 first downs to Florida State's 10. And again, the Dogs have just been able to do whatever they want on offense. 35 points there in the second quarter to really explode out to this 42-3 lead at halftime. Florida State 185 yards of total offense, good for 4.5 yards per play. A couple of turnovers for FSU, 3 to be exact, 2 on offense, 1 on special teams. Brock Glenn, though, has flashed some pretty nice things. 7 of 22, 121 yards, but he's extended the pocket, made some big throws. They have pushed the ball down the field for him. And so that's where we stand right now as Glenn has been trying to help Florida State. Douglas has been great in the Wildcats, 7 attempts for 42 yards. Ja'Kai Douglas going to be a fan favorite for many years to come as he has just been in this program for Florida State and gotten things done, battled injuries, a veteran that I think will be in the hearts of Seminole fans forever. Kentron Portier, 4 grabs, 84 yards for Florida State through the air. He has had a nice afternoon here. Other than that, though, 42-3, Georgia. The Publix halftime show continues after these messages from Learfield.
What makes that famous call? Dinner's ready! Even better? It's cooking a great meal with natural gas, enjoying faster cooking times and precise temperature control. And now getting a valuable cash rebate up to $300 when you install an energy-efficient natural gas range or cooktop. Anyone want seconds? When you show your home love with natural gas, it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
The warm Florida summer is officially over and the chilly air is here to stay. It's time to cozy up by the fire with family and friends. Just make sure that pesky pests like roaches, ants, and rodents aren't trying to join in on the winter fun. This is the time of the year when pests and wildlife intruders start seeking food and shelter inside your home or business as the temperature drops. Luckily, you can trust the pest control experts at Arrow Exterminators, proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles, to keep your home or business pest-free inside and out. Schedule a free pest inspection today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
This is the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
Seminole fans know that when their health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the region's only comprehensive stroke center, one of the top heart and vascular programs in the Southeast, the area's most powerful cancer center, and Tallahassee's only Level 3 neonatal ICU. For 75 years, our expert team has offered the latest technology and treatment options to get you and your family back in the game. We are Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Back here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's been a chilly week here in South Florida, and it has been chilly for Florida State in that first half, 42-3, Georgia leading the Noles here as we get closer and closer to the start of the second half. I'm Mario Masudi here for the Publix halftime show. Not a lot of highlights. This is usually the segment. We run some highlights, only a couple in the first half for the Seminoles, but they're early in the second quarter. The Noles were trying to survey the field a little bit, see if they could get Brock Glenn comfortable, and then he unleashed a absolute massive bomb of a pass right here to Kentron Portier.
Williamson in motion right to left. 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action. Glenn stepping up. Home run ball. Portier's got a step. Down the seam. He's got it. Inside the 5. Kentron. More like Megatron. Early in this game. Big play alert for the Noles.
That was right inside the 5. Tron, of course, has been on an upward trajectory. He's battled some injuries. The addition of Keon Coleman definitely, I think, affected the amount of reps that Portier was getting. Injuries as well playing into that. But at one point, he was a phenomenal young player for Florida State that was, if you remember last year, had some big games and some big touchdown grabs for the Seminoles. And so it's nice to see him have a big half. 4 catches, 84 yards in the first half for Portier. Along a 55 there, a favorite target for Brock Glenn. The Noles couldn't cash in for a touchdown. They would have to settle for a field goal, and this is how it sounded, the Noles' only points of the half.
So it's Fitzgerald here. Ryan Fitzgerald, a 22-yard field goal from the right hash. Rosenberry to snap, Masterman on a hold. Good snap, spot, Fitzy splits him. And it is good.
And that was all the points Florida State would get. So 42-3 after that 22-yarder. Ryan Fitzgerald deserves some credit this season. He has been fantastic. A bounce back year for him, for the Colquitt County native. All right, that's going to do it for the Publix halftime show. More coming up here as we get you set for the second half between the Noles and the Dogs. I'm Mario Masudi, and you're listening to Florida State football from Learfield.
They say good things come to those who wait. But with delivery or curbside pickup from Publix, powered by Instacart, now they come without the wait. In as little as an hour, you could have the good stuff like key lime pie and chocolate chip cookies come right to your door. Get started at Publix.com/shop because you can never have too much of a good thing. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Item prices vary from item prices in physical store locations. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
Some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
We're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Hey, Noles fans, this is Jeff Colhane. If you're looking for more Florida State content and info, make sure you lock in the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics. We talk with head football coach Mike Norvell, head basketball coach Leonard Hamilton, student athletes, director of athletics Michael Alford, and the biggest names around college athletics covering the biggest games nationally. For the Florida State fan looking for more, make sure you find the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics, on all streaming platforms.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Florida State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Florida State and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Florida State University.
Public's halftime show rolling along. KPMG halftime stats, because data is important to every organization. KPMG, proud to sponsor Game Day Stats. Ja'Kai Douglas coming in his 3-year career, 14 carries, 25 rushing yards. Today, Ja'Kai, 7 carries, 42 yards, the former high school quarterback at a Terrapin High. And he's looked the part, carrying the football out of that set. Brock Glenn, 7 of 22 for 121 yards. Kentron Portier, 4 catches, 84 yards, a career-long grab of 55 for Portier. And those are some of the big numbers for this Florida State group. Unfortunately, being outgained 383 to 185, and Georgia has 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. And Kendall Milton has a 100-yard rushing game in the first 30 minutes. 9 carries, 104 yards, and 2 scores. So, it's been tough.
Yes,
it's been tough, no doubt. No doubt about it.
All you want to see right now is this team to continue to fight. We knew it was going to be a tough out to try to get out here and get it done, with what's going on, everything that's going on, everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks. But one thing about this team, and I think Coach Norvell kind of exudes and puts down with this team, is like, hey, man, we're going to fight to the end. No matter what's going on out here, we're going to give our best. And I think the kids will respond. They've responded all year. And let's see if they come out here and respond one more time before this thing is all over the next 30 minutes.
Got to compete. Got to compete. And again, no one's going to feel bad for you or sorry for you. You got to finish. Fitzgerald's boot. Final 30 minutes of this season. 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Man, he drilled that one again. 8 yards deep into the end zone over the head of Dylan Bell for a touchback. Noles in the Pro is brought to you by the Battle's End. If you want to help support FSU student athletes, please join the Battle's End. Go Noles. Get involved today at thebattlesend.com. Well, this is a venue. Florida State has had success in pro NFL stadiums. So many stars from the Sunshine State and certainly South Florida, bar none, that you played with and we've seen here in this game tonight. And South Florida is a land of riches for the National Football League.
Yes, it is. A lot of guys come out of South Florida. A lot of great competitors come out of this area.
And we have a new quarterback in the game, and he is going to carry it around the near side before being pushed out of bounds by Conrad Hussey. That's Gunnar Stockton, the 6'2 redshirt freshman out of Tiger, Georgia, He played in the first 3 games of the season, the number 7 quarterback recruit nationally, 6'2 redshirt freshman, and the 2021 Georgia Player of the Year. So Carson Beck's day is done. One half of football. And I would guess we'll see a lot of youngsters in there for both sides. Gain of 6, handoff, 2nd and 4, running left. Not a lot of room for Dejon Edwards. Across the 30, out near the 33-yard line. Here comes a 3rd and medium now for the Bulldogs.
Good job right there by the defensive line just holding up the O-line, and the linebacker, Deloach, able to get through and get the tackle. Really a good effort by all those guys on that right side of the football getting it done.
Daniel Lyons and a Miami Homestead senior in there as well. 3rd and 2 from the 33, middle of the field. Stockton rolling right. He's just going to run it. And it has a first down. Got by Payton. Tackled by Deloach near the 40. Patrick Payton had that strip sack earlier. Nearly had a fumble recovery early in the game. First drive, I believe, if I'm remembering right. And Stockton got around number 11 that time. Back in his home digs. Miami Northwestern grad. Crowd returning back from the concession stands from the half. Not a sold-out crowd, but we've had a pretty solid crowd for this game when it started. Stockton will throw on 1st and 10 over the top of Peyton. Oh, nice catch. Nice job by Dejon Edwards. Cuts it back middle of the field across midfield, 45-40, and across the 35 out near the 33-yard line. Conrad Hussey, Kalen DeLoach making the tackle. That was a pretty good catch at his shoe tops by Dejon Edwards.
Yeah, it was right there. I think if Patrick Payton just goes ahead and attacks the quarterback, he forces a sack or makes that ball get off track just a little bit, but kind of hesitates before he attacks him.
So a big gainer there of 28 yards. Stockton looking left, throwing left, caught. That's Dylan Bell, ripped down by Byron Turner, far sideline near the 30. And short gainer, maybe a gain of about 2 yards. Byron Turner making the play from his defensive end spot. Big game for Dylan Bell. He's been pretty good. We're number 86. He's had some big catches tonight for the Bulldogs.
Huge catches. Anytime you leave him man-to-man over there, it seems like he has an opportunity to make a play, but just only should make our players that much better.
5 catches, 84 yards for Dylan Bell. 86 yards, rather. 2nd and 8 from the 31. Cash Jones to the left of Stockton in the gun. Going to take the snap, look over the middle. Nearly picked up, but somehow caught by Rosamie Jackson at the 15, down to the 13. How does Shaheem Brown not grab that one?
Wow. They don't get any easier than that one.
Yeah, slant route, and Shaheem jumped it. It just went right through his hands, didn't it?
Yep, and a good concentration. You got to give it to Georgia. The kid from Georgia, great concentration, keeping his eye on the ball and sealing it and bringing it in. But, man, that's when you're supposed to have. That's going back the other way for 6.
It was over the reach of Shaheem Brown, and Marcus Rosamie Jackson just went up high, made a great catch. 1st and 10 from the 14. Hand off to Cash Jones up the middle, across the 10, and dropped near the 7. Ashlyn Barker coming up, flying through there and making a play. Justin Cryer in the area as well.
See Shaheem out there still competing like, hey, call the play and what's going on? We need it.
Well, he's going to be one of the leaders of this defense next season.
Yep. It's going to be his show back there in the secondary.
Sure is. He's the guy. 2nd and 3 from the 7, going in. Hand off to Cash Jones, stutter step, and good tackle. Daniel Lyons again. He has played hard. Big number 95. Quindarius Jones in there as well. Gain of 2 to the 5-yard line. 3rd and 3. Jaden Jones is in there. That's a young player who, look at that frame, number 22, bar none. He has got a chance, a huge upside.
Yes, he does.
So 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line. First possession of this second half. Georgia trying to add to their lead. Stockton, hand off to Jones, running left, bounces off his own teammate, and will be flung down to the 3. Cryer in there again.
Gets him the first down, though.
And, yeah, it does. Moves the chains. And so it's first down. Justin Cryer, the 6'1 freshman linebacker out of Katy, Texas, started his college career at Northwestern, but left Evanston after the Pat Fitzgerald firing for the hazing allegations this past summer. 1st and goal from the 2. A lot of beef up there for the Georgia offensive line. An extra offensive lineman in the game and a fullback. Handoff, running left, touchdown. Dejon Edwards with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. The 5th rushing touchdown for Georgia, and the Bulldogs adding to it.
Yep. Just got to keep fighting, guys. I mean, what can you do at this point? Got to still most of the half left. Just got to continue to fight, and you can see a little dejection. But at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and keep fighting until those 3 zeros pop up on the clock. I'd like to see us continue to attack on offense, though. I thought we started attacking more down the field. I think Brock has to make sure he keeps his clock on his head so he didn't hold that ball too long. But, again, it's about getting down the field. So, come out, throw strikes.
Woodring's extra point, a low liner. Splits them. It's good. Georgia scores a touchdown to end the half. And coming out of the locker room, And the Bulldogs and their senior class, who have 49 total wins, which is tied for the most in program history, are headed towards 50 tonight in South Florida. So on the sidelines of Tom Block, a Mango a minute. Tom.
I know this game is more about the young and less experienced players that are out there, but I just wanted to tip my cap to Kalen DeLoach, who stuck this out and has been here. You know, he's the most veteran player probably playing today, defensively anyway, and he's still out there battling in this game. He said he wanted to suit up one last time with his team. You only get so many chances, and he was going to cash it in today, so good for him for being out there and playing hard.
Amen. Absolutely. Yep. Amen. He has been a huge piece to this Florida State football program. We'll take a timeout. Georgia leading 49-3. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All this football action making you hungry? Wawa has you covered. Wawa Catering makes it easy to get hoagies, snacks, drinks, and more. Order ahead at wawacatering.com. Choose pickup or delivery, and it'll be ready in time for game day. Or block hunger right now with the Wawa app. Order your favorites on the app and get them however you want. Pickup, curbside, or delivery. Download the Wawa app today. Wawa is a proud partner of Seminole Football.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue Center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Florida State football is on the air. Now, back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Alongside Tom Block and William Barr Nunn Floyd, here's Jeff Culhane.
Back here, Hard Rock Stadium, Saturday night. 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. It's a night that Georgia fans are enjoying. Here is Zirkle. And the kick is over the head of Destin Hill in the end zone for a touchback. All righty. So, what's a player's approach right now, especially a young guy? I know you talk about competing, but if you're Brock Glenn, what's the approach for number 11 right now with the game where it's at?
Really just trying to get his team back to where they're getting down the field and they're competing out there. He's been doing a great job of getting the ball down there in some one-on-one man situations. Some of those times the receivers should have had the ball, but this young quarterback just need to keep slinging it right now. I mean, you're at a point in the game where you got to pass to get it done. So go ahead and work on your passing, baby.
Split backs, Holmes and Ja'Kai Douglas. Hand off, Holmes with blockers in front, running right. Run down and tackle near the 28-yard line, far numbers. Good to see Rob Scott back in the game. Big number 52, at left tackle, got hurt late second quarter. Keandre Jones in there at right guard. Gain of about 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Georgia leading 49-3. 8:52 and counting. Third quarter. Glenn will throw, 2nd and 7. Pocket collapses, sacked. Back in the 23, a late flag. Maybe a trip. Chaz Chambliss, the outside linebacker, was the guy that got him. I'm going to call it a tripping penalty. You got me, boys?
I thought I saw something. Yeah, I thought I saw a leg kick. I didn't know where it was coming from.
How's that for a call right there, huh? Gregory Blum, our white hat.
Personal foul, grasping and twisting the face mask.
Oh.
Defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Did not see the face mask. Oh, there it is. Yep, Chambliss got him. Looked like Glenn got hit by the turf monster. And
Please
Chambliss
reset the game clock to 8:40.
got his arm in there and ripped at the face mask of Glenn, so a 15-yard penalty.
Okay, move the ball.
Move it up. 8:40 left, third quarter, 49-3. Bulldogs, 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Again, appreciate everybody watching our behind the mic cams, courtesy of our friends from Learfield, joining that platform each of the last 2 seasons. We had a ball with it. Noles watching and listening all over the world. Hand off, Keziah Holmes running left, running hard across the 45 out near midfield before he's tackled by Dan Jackson on that big Orange Bowl logo at midfield. Nice gainer on first down right there for Keziah Holmes, who is a young man that works hard, bar none. He's after practice every day, working on his footwork, agility, ball skills every day after practice.
That's what's going to get you better.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 43. Split backs, Holmes and Douglas in the backfield. Morlock tight end right, 2 receivers right, Williams and Spann. Here is the give. Holmes trying to bounce to the outside. Going to be corralled after a short gain. Middle of the field, maybe a yard. Nice year, Stackhouse. Big 6'3", 320-pound defensive tackle out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Second team All-SEC made the play.
Good tough run by Holmes, but man, you see the burst that you miss with Trey Vincent not being in there running it, or Lawrence Toafili. You can see the acceleration. Like, those holes don't stay open long, and you got to really accelerate and get through them if you want to get to the second level.
3rd and 6 from the 48. Noles are 2 of 9 on third down. Empty backfield, 4 receivers left, 1 to the right. Glenn looking to the 1 receiver side. He's hit as he's thrown, drilled, flag thrown everywhere. Tons of flags. Ball flutters in the air harmlessly to the ground. Far sideline incomplete. C.J. Allen popped him.
Miscommunication on the offensive line.
Is that a roughing the passer penalty?
No, I think it's going to be a holding.
Yeah, Glenn got smacked pretty good. Holding, looks like. Yeah, nobody blocked C.J. Allen. Wow.
Yeah, he came in free. And now see.
Holding. Offense number 53. That penalty's declined. Result of play is 4th down.
Murray Smith.
Yeah,
senior out of Miami Central.
Yeah, and Keandre Jones, they were having a conversation right after that play, so miscommunication on who was supposed to slide, who was supposed to take the man coming right there through that gap. You see he came through untouched.
Big Mo called for the hold, 2-time All-ACC performer. Correct myself, redshirt junior out of Miami Central. Mastromano set a couple of punts of 50 yards or more. Anthony Evans back deep, rugby-style punt, Mastromano. Good one. End over end. Evans calls for a fair catch at his own 9. Good punt. Mastro. 42 yards. Another punt inside the 20-yard line. He has been a great weapon in special teams during his career at Florida State University. And we have a timeout on the field. With 7:01 remaining in our third quarter, Georgia leading 49-3. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Want to make sure he gets to the game on time?
Tommy, your uniform is ready. Let's go.
Install a natural gas dryer, and you're guaranteed faster drying times and softer laundry. And now you can earn a valuable cash rebate up to $200 on an energy-efficient natural gas dryer. Show your home love with natural gas, and it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
The hustle and bustle of Christmas is over, and it's time to treat myself for all of my hard work. So of course I went to Kohl's, and boy I'm glad I did, because it's their biggest clearance event of the season. I saved 70% on a cute pair of jeans, a cozy sweater, and some comfy PJs. Yep, going to Kohl's was just what I needed. Now to get back in the holiday spirit for New Year's. Select styles, up to 70% offer ends January 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is the 2023 Orange Bowl. Now back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's the voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane.
Hey, we are back. Hard Rock Stadium. The Orange Bowl. So many great memories over the decades, bar none. We were working out the math last night. You played in 2, and you called 2. Is that correct? Am I right on that?
One national ship. Let me see. So I played into 1 in 93, and then I called 13. So it was just 1 and 1.
So you called 12, Northern Illinois, right?
Right.
In 2016, the Orange Bowl.
Yep.
And played in 2.
And Michigan.
Yep. You had the 93 national title game.
Yeah.
And the year before, you beat Nebraska the year before, right?
Yep.
That's that 92 year?
It's pretty successful. Yeah, 2-0 on the radio, 2-0 on the field, getting it done.
Yeah. But our 11th trip to the Orange Bowl, and man, through the years, it's been a special place.
Yes.
For the Noles. Today, obviously, a tough one. Down big. So a lot of young guys we'll see now. Up front, Dennis Briggs, Patrick Payton, Gilbert Edmond, Malcolm Ray. Young man out of Miami Carroll City.
Look like Nicholson's in at linebacker.
Blake Nicholson in the ball game. Out of Ripon, California. 1st and 10. Bulldogs backed up. Another 0-9. Looking far sideline. Knocked away. Nearly a pick by Azarie Thomas. Looking for Dylan Bell.
One of the wins he had tonight against Bill. Bill's been able to get behind him on some big passes, but a good job of getting in there and deflecting that ball.
Yeah, Dylan Bell's had a nice night. 6 catches, 86 yards. 2 of his longest catches of his career have come in this game. 6:55 left, third quarter. Georgia with a big lead. There's a handoff. Milton breaks a tackle of Edmond, far sideline. 10, 15, 20, 25. And knocked out of bounds after a nice gainer. That's Roderick Robinson the second. Correct myself. So Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator, getting some younger guys in there right now. 14-yard gain. First down. So you got Stockton. Robinson, 2 receivers left and right. Robinson motions out of the backfield. Empty backfield. Stockton looking left, looking middle. Fires down the seam. Incomplete. Short arm that one. Looking for Anthony Evans. DeLoach was chasing. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
That's what you got to have if you want to make a play on this Georgia offense. You have to make sure somebody gets in the quarterback's face and force him to get that ball out of there faster than he wants to. And that's exactly what happened on that last play.
49-3 Georgia lead. 6:16 to go, third quarter. Crowd has started to thin out a little bit. You hear the war chant. Still echoing here at Hard Rock. Hand off to Robinson, jumping over tacklers. Robinson running hard out near the 35. It's a gain of 11. This Roby Robinson kid, or Roderick Robinson, young man, is looking nifty out there for Georgia.
Yeah, fresh legs in there. And what we have to do is make sure, and we haven't done it a whole lot tonight, is make the tackle with the first guy. They've broken a lot of tackles on that Georgia side of the ball, but it all boils down to fundamentals. You have to be sure that you make the tackle.
Roderick Robinson, 6 foot, 240-pound freshman out of San Diego, California. That's a big back. Take the hand up, now rolling right. Stockton caught near sideline, across midfield. 45, 40, 35, down near the 33-yard line. That's Pierce Sperlin III getting some runs. So the Bulldogs are starting to clean out getting deep into the roster right now, getting some young guys in the game.
Yeah, and just play action again. That kind of gets everybody caught up. Quarterback fakes the ball left, comes back out to the right, and the defensive end is responsible for the tight end for some reason. You saw Edmonds on chase, and just get behind him.
Pierce Sperlin, 6'7" freshman out of Rosemary Beach, South Walton High. Hand off again, Robinson, 240-pound back, stacked up in the middle of that line, taking down the 31-yard line. Gain of 3. You got Nicholson in there. Byron Turner. Nicholson, it's a young guy. He's a true freshman. The coaches love. We saw him have a 5-tackle game in Week 2 against Southern Miss. And he's going to be one of the star linebackers of this team for years to come.
Yep.
4:20 and counting. Bulldogs have it 2nd and 7 at the Florida State 31-yard line. On your screen, moving it right to left. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Stockton looking to throw. Pumpy now will run. Takes off. Stockton 30. Near numbers. Grabbed by Nicholson and hog-tied and wrapped down near the 26. After a gain of 5 yards, there's Nicholson. Rangy bar none. And a nice job when he ripped him down. Looks like Daniel Lyons is banged up on the far numbers.
Official timeout for player injury.
So Lyons banged up.
Timeout in the field.
And we'll take it as well. 3rd and 7. Rather, it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs when we come back. With 3:51 remaining, Georgia leads 49-3. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as one checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Florida State football from Learfield.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, time now for What's on Tap, brought to you by the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Check out the tap room on Gain Street, and Legacy Lager. Hope you got a few stocking stuffers with Legacy Lager this holiday season. Florida State women's basketball, they got a nice win yesterday to open up ACC play, and tomorrow they take on Wake Forest. That's a noon tip time at the Tucker Center. Tonight, Latin at 30 on Friday against Georgia Tech. She's pretty darn good. That's a South Florida gal right there. She's moved around a little bit. Her dad, a military guy. We appreciate his service. But women's basketball tomorrow, taking on Wake Forest. That's a noon tip. And Sean Davison, Melissa Bruner on the call on the radio side on 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee. The Florida State men will open up ACC play next Wednesday at the Tucker Center, Wednesday night, 7 p.m., taking on Georgia Tech. We'll have that for you across the entire Seminole Sports Network. All right, so out of the injury timeout, hopefully Daniel Lyons is all right. Moving quickly to the line, 3rd and 2 from the 26, Bulldogs, handoff, Robinson, big fella, breaking tackles, 20, still on his feet. This guy's a horse.
Wow.
Down to the 17, 240 pounds and running behind all of it.
Every ounce of it.
First down.
Just pushing through right there and churning those legs. And when you have a back that big, you got to make sure you don't arm tackle. Look at all this arm tackling. Up high. You know, you finally get down around his legs, you can make the tackle.
That's a true freshman running back. Looks like he's 28 years old. So we approach 3 minutes left, third quarter. 1st and 10. Empty backfield. Stockton, delayed quarterback run. Has an alley, breaks a tackle, 15 to the 10. Brought down near the 4-yard line by Azarie Thomas. And then Thomas gets just waylaid by an offensive lineman after the play. Yeah, he's hurt. He's not moving. He took a huge hit by one of the Georgia offensive linemen coming down the field to try and hit somebody near the pile. That's the center.
Peeled off.
Yeah, the center came down, and I think they caught a knee in the ribs from the center. Jared Wilson. So Azarie Thomas, the Niceville native, who has had a solid year. What a great player, young player as a true sophomore. And he's getting looked at right now. Far numbers on the 5-yard line going in. Timeout on the field with 2:50 to go. Georgia with a 49-3 lead. We'll take a break. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Behind the scenes of Seminole Athletics, there is a community of supporters who pledge their personal resources to provide all teams with the greatest opportunity for success. That community is Seminole Boosters. Seminole Boosters is the largest source of funding for Florida State athletics and serves as the difference maker for our athletic program. You can join the team behind the team for only $5 per month. Learn more or join today at SeminoleBoosters.com. That's SeminoleBoosters.com.
We're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
All this football action making you hungry? Wawa has you covered. Wawa Catering makes it easy to get hoagies, snacks, drinks, and more. Order ahead at wawacatering.com. Choose pickup or delivery, and it'll be ready in time for game day. Or block hunger right now with the Wawa app. Order your favorites on the app and get them however you want. Pickup, curbside, or delivery. Download the Wawa app today. Wawa is a proud partner of Seminole Football.
Florida State football is on the air. It's time to update you on scores from the ACC and Top 25. Here's Aria Masudi.
Welcome back here to Hard Rock Stadium, Florida State. And Georgia getting set for the fourth quarter. Time now for the Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Is Coke Zero the best Coke ever? Take a taste. Toledo still up on Wyoming 10-6. On the CW Network. Ole Miss 38-25 winners over at Penn State. I'm Mario Masudi. Jeff, back to you.
Thank you, sir. First and goal. Bulldogs at the 4-yard line. Multiple tight end shift. Tight trips near to the line of the right side. Receiver wide left. Stockton play action looking to throw. On the flat. Caught by Oscar Delp in the end zone for a touchdown. Right in front of Jabril Rawls. Lawson Lucky, actually, correct myself. The freshman out of Norcross, his first career touchdown grab. Lawson Lucky.
That play right there has kind of been getting us all day, the play action. You look down the side, you start chasing the running back, and the tight end is coming out the backside. And the safety has his eyes on the quarterback, so he's not really looking at being outflanked by the tight end coming out in the flats. And that's happened a few times today for some big pickups on first down for first downs, and then the touchdown right there.
Gunnar Stockton's first career touchdown pass as well. Woodring's extra point. Up and good. 2:30 to go. And I'll tell you, the offense really hasn't missed a beat here.
Not at all. Now, see right now, Coach Fuller is on the sideline coaching up Rawls. But he's a young player. I think that might have been one of his first plays getting in. So it's just at a point where he hadn't seen a lot of plays like that, been in a lot of live action like that. So you're excited. You're keeping your eyes on the quarterback because that's what you're taught to do, to look at the eyes of the quarterback. And that time, he followed the run all the way across the field, kept his eyes there, and then the tight end slipped out. So it's just something that you have to see, and you have to do more, get more and more reps.
Georgia number 20 is now 81.
Now, would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Go to syncmygame.com. Syncmygame.com to find out how. 2:30 left. And your worst fears realized, unfortunately, as a Florida State fan with this game.
Yep.
Playing a very good team. These guys are tremendous.
And that's the whole thing, though. You have to make sure that you just continue. Like, you want to look at this film when you get a chance to look at it. And you don't probably only look at it one time, but you just kind of do that to see what you can get better at for your next year. But when you look back at this game, you just want to be on there showing that you competed the entire time, because one thing about the camera in the sky is it does not lie. And you will get exposed very quick. So just keep fighting, young man. What else can you do?
Yep. Kickoff by Zirkles, a touchback. Brock Glenn coming back out. Looking to get some good reps in. Douglas in motion right to left. Pop past Jakai. Sweeping left side. 25, 30. Running hard. Out to the 32-yard line. So pop pass. Glenn to Jakai Douglas. Tackle made on the play that time by Troy Poles, inside linebacker. That play's been there a couple times tonight for the Noles.
Yeah, whatever it is, consistently, he's been making plays all night long, whether it's been from the wildcat position, him right there getting those pop passes, getting across the line of scrimmage, and just doing a good job of picking up yardage.
Glenn in at 24, 127 yards. He's thrown a pick. Second down and 4 from the 31. Williamson in motion left to right. Play action. Taking the handoff. Glenn fires down the middle of the field. Looking for Hakeem Williams. Picked off. Middle of the field at the 30-yard line by Dalen Everett. Sophomore out of Norfolk, Virginia. Dalen Everett with the pick. Second of the night thrown by Brock Glenn. The first of the career by Everett.
Too much celebrating over there, but
lay flag.
I know when Brock looks at that play again, he'll probably try to look and go another place. When he looks toward progression-wise, he just throws that ball up in the double coverage. Basically, you had a safety over the top, a corner underneath, another safety coming up from the other side. So that's just in the situation, the way he's trying to get the ball down the field. And I like taking those shots. I want us to attack downfield.
It'll be first down for Georgia. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 38. It's his first unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards. A second results in game disqualification.
So back him up 15 yards as the Dogs obviously feel themselves, having some fun.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll come back.
So we're going to move that back all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 16 in the middle of the field. .141 to go in our third quarter, and the Dogs in control, healthy lead, coming in. They won 29 in a row.
First charge timeout, Georgia. 30-second timeout.
And Kirby Smart calls a timeout, and he might be bringing off a handful of his offensive linemen here, potentially. A lot of second-string guys, third-string guys. A lot of hugs. Rosemy Jack Saint looks like he's done for the night, coming off. It's a South Florida guy.
I tell you what, even listening to them do that chant, man, it still fires me up, man. That's one of the best chants in American history.
Oh, yeah.
For football.
The war chant still
the war
rolling.
chant, baby.
Fans that are here are still into it. Cass Jones in the backfield for the Dogs. First and 10 at their own 16. Toss, sweeping left. Jones has some blockers. Cryer pushes him out of bounds near the 30. Got KJ Sampson, the true freshman defensive tackle in the ball game. Wearing number 56.
looks like
gain of 9 on that play. Go ahead, Barnum.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it looks like Georgia has a mentality of trying to run clock.
Yeah. 1:10 and counting. Gain of 9 for Jones. Robinson, the 240-pound true freshman back. Ripped to the ground by Cryer, true freshman counterpart. And no gain. So short of the line to gain by a yard. Nice play by Cryer. I'll tell you what, Cryer and Nicholson, those two guys down the road could be the Deloach and Bethune of this defense in a couple of years.
Exactly, and that's what you're looking for right there at that position. You need guys that are rangy, that can field.
About 30 seconds of the quarter. 31. Dogs at their own 25. They lead 56-3. Handoff, big hole up the gut, first down, 35, 40-yard line. It's going to be a first down. Big gainer right there for Andrew Paul. Good-looking young back as well. Now exits the game.
That's the end of the third quarter. Timeout of the field.
So the end of our third quarter, right there. As Georgia put 2 more scores on the scoreboard. And our final 15 minutes of this college football season is on the way. For our affiliates, we're taking our first break of the fourth quarter. So our first play-by-play break of the fourth quarter for our affiliates out there is coming up next. Stay tuned. Fourth quarter on the way. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to go the extra mile to meet your financial needs. That's why we offer Florida State fans more banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. Our team is also dedicated to making the communities we serve stronger, volunteering our time and talents while donating millions to local nonprofits. To learn more, visit ViStarCU.org. ViStar Credit Union, proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles. Go Noles!
This is Seminole Football from Learfield.
Seminole fans know that when their health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the region's only comprehensive stroke center, one of the top heart and vascular programs in the Southeast, the area's most powerful cancer center, and Tallahassee's only Level 3 neonatal ICU. For 75 years, our expert team has offered the latest technology and treatment options to get you and your family back in the game. We are Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life.
RJ Young is your playbook for more than just copiers. Our cutting-edge solutions cover security systems, business phones, IT services, and beyond. We've teamed up with world-class partners to save you even more through bundling services, and our dedicated specialists are your personal coaches, making sure you always have the winning strategy. And don't forget our We Make It Right guarantee. Your satisfaction is our end zone. Schedule your free consultation now at rjyoung.com/FSU.
Shout out to Alan, listening and watching our behind the mic cams from Lapeer, Michigan. The Marching Chiefs, he says, sounding great on the broadcast. Let's go Noles from Alan in the state of Michigan. Alan, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's get down the sidelines. Tom Block, a Mango Minute. TB, our final 15 minutes of the season right here.
Well, that's a good lead-in, Jeff, because what I was going to comment on is this is not how I'm going to remember this season. This was a terrific season for FSU.
Yep.
And like you described, I mean, it was a confluence of events, a lot of guys not playing, and Georgia's a very good football team. But I'm looking up and down the sideline, and Derek Brooks is down here on the sideline, and then I see Lamont Green Jr., of course, his dad played on that, or was recruited right after FSU won the 93 game and came in the mid-90s, and Peter Warwick's son is here. Nick O'Leary's on staff. Ron Dugans. I mean, there's championship fiber here on the sidelines, and Florida State will be back because this was one heck of a season. I mean, we had a lot of fun, Jeff.
Couldn't have said any better, TB. We'll talk about that as well. Our final 15 minutes. First and 10 for the 39. The give to the big back Robinson, breaks a tackle, far sideline, 45-50, rumbling hard before Shaheem Brown takes him down at the 42-yard line, or rather the 41 of Florida State. First down. This will not be how I remember. I know, bar none, you have the same thoughts, our entire crew. I'll remember the overtime win in Death Valley, the blowout win of LSU, and the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels, Game 1 in Orlando.
Amazing season right here. I mean, you look at this game right here. I mean, a lot of people say, well, if I know Florida State fans, let's just say we deserve to be in another game.
Stockton gets around Shaheem Brown on a blitz, far sideline, running up that far sideline, knocked out of bounds by Omar Graham, inside the 30, down near the 28-yard line.
Man, we were defanged.
Yeah, it's been a tough 27 days.
Yes, it has been.
It's been a tough 27 days, and I'll remember Jordan Travis.
Yes.
And his amazing spirit and unbelievable presence, and how he rose from a young man who didn't know if he would be a quarterback here after his first couple of seasons to being a Heisman Trophy contender. First and 10, Stockton play action, rolling right as he throws, just throws it away incomplete. Shaheem got him that time. Back down to Tom for a Mango Minute, TB.
You know, the 27 days you're referring to, I think one of the real there's a lot of shame to it and what happened. But the fact that announcement came literally 12 hours after the team celebrated on the field in Charlotte, they didn't even get to enjoy the ACC championship for a day.
No. Yeah.
Before they got that stunning news, because this, I say championship fiber, this was a championship team that went unbeaten in the ACC and unbeaten 13-0 until tonight.
Second and 10 for the 27. Handoff, Cass Jones running left, trying to bounce to the outside, breaks a tackle, 25-20, skipping over defenders, out of bounds, far sideline. Getting by Jabril Rawls, Conrad Hussey escorted him out. Losing Jordan, it's been, look, 27 days, but if we go back to North Alabama, this has been an emotional 6 weeks.
Yeah.
This football team has been through the ringer. And to lose Jordan against North Alabama, of all opponents.
Oh, my God.
Yep. To that, as serious of an injury as it was, Stockton delayed quarterback run, now cuts it out to the outside, lowering the shoulder, takes a pop by Dennis Briggs, Kevin Knowles, Justin Cryer out there as well. And gain of 3. And to lose him, you knew the season was changed at that moment. You didn't know what it would mean, but gosh, I tell you, I never ever thought we'd win them all, and they still would keep us out. And they did.
Yeah.
And they kept out a 13-0 Power 5 conference champion out of the college football playoff. Second and 7 from the 14 going in. Stockton will throw, looking right, throws it back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Anthony Evans. Got by Kevin Knowles, back corner pylon of the Florida State end zone. To your right on your TV screen, there's a late flag thrown.
I think that might be a celebration.
Stockton's second touchdown grab. And Evans, a true freshman out of Converse, Texas, with the grab.
Play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 9. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. It is number 9's first 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. A second results in game disqualification.
That's the third one. I mean, look, at some point you got to have a little bit of class about yourself. I mean, we realize what's going on here, but that's 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on excessive celebration. It's all good to have a good time, but let's figure it out a little bit here.
I don't know, man. I guess I just come from a school of football and a time of football where if I didn't play against the best and I knew that the other team didn't have their best out there, I wasn't out there celebrating like I was getting it done a certain kind of way. I know that much, but it is what it is. This is a different time in football. It's changed up tremendously.
Woodring will boot this one through. Extra point is good by the true freshman out of Lafayette, Louisiana. And the route is certainly on. Georgia continues to add to their lead. 21 points here in the second half. They lead Florida State 63-3. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield. American Social is the place to eat, drink, and cheer on the Noles. Every FSU game day, enjoy food and drink specials, FSU giveaways, an award-winning menu, live entertainment, and more. Bringing the game day atmosphere of Doak Campbell Stadium to fans across the state. Visit one of their 5 locations in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and Boca Raton. This is American Social, the official watch party location of Florida State Athletics.
What makes that famous call? Dinner's ready! Even better? It's cooking a great meal with natural gas, enjoying faster cooking times and precise temperature control. And now getting a valuable cash rebate up to $300 when you install an energy-efficient natural gas range or cooktop. Anyone want seconds? When you show your home love with natural gas, it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
They say good things come to those who wait. But with delivery or curbside pickup from Publix, powered by Instacart, now they come without the wait. In as little as an hour, you could have the good stuff like key lime pie and chocolate chip cookies come right to your door. Get started at Publix.com/shop because you can never have too much of a good thing. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Item prices vary from item prices in physical store locations. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
Florida State football is on the air. Now, back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Alongside Tom Block and William Barr Nunn Floyd, here's Jeff Culhane.
You're a Seminole fan looking for more. Make sure to subscribe and download the official podcast of FSU Athletics, Behind the Mic. We take you behind the scenes and tell the success stories of everything going on around Florida State Athletics. Behind the Mic, 2 times per week, Tuesday and Friday, talking all things Noles. Online at seminoles.com and on all your streaming platforms. 12:10 to go. And the Bulldogs have flexed their muscles tonight. They lead Florida State 63-3 here in the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. And as you're wondering about how this game could play out, we've talked about it before, but so many guys missing, opting out, NFL, transferring. Knew we were up against a great opponent, and this was a tall task. And sadly, our worst fears have been recognized. Here's Woodring, the freshman, to kick off. Destin Hill calls for a fair catch at the 10. Out to the 25-yard line.
I don't know. Okay.
Hey, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield. Jeff Culhane, William Barr Nunn Floyd, Tom Block, Andy Surratt, Chris Culp, Aria Masudi here in Miami Gardens. Mitchell Lee is in our Seminole Sports Network studios. And Glenn will hand off to Douglas. 1st and 10 at the 25. Ja'Kai running near numbers. Gain of 3, maybe 4 yards for Ja'Kai Douglas. Tackled by a host of Georgia defenders.
Yep, been the most consistent all night on the offensive side of the football, getting it done.
Yeah, he's had a good night, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Ja'Kai's done some good things.
Yep. Still like to see us take that ball down the field a little bit more now, but I think it's in a situation where you want to keep this clock running.
Yeah.
You want to be passing out every play.
We've seen one trip to the Guthrie's red zone tonight. Guthrie's Chicken, home of the Gut Box. A pop pass is fumbled on a jet sweep, but I think recovered by the Noles by Glenn, yes. So a jet sweep right to left to Darion Williamson is fumbled, but Glenn's able to get back on it, and Florida State hangs on to the ball.
Yeah, again, I think it's just always tough to run side to side on a speedy defense, and right there trying to go across the formation, flip the ball up to the receiver coming across, and that time Georgia just got great penetration on the play.
Rob Scott Recovered it. Gabe Harris Jr., young outside linebacker, got through, got by Scott, made the play. 3rd and 16. Glenn will throw. Fires far numbers. Caught and down to a knee is Darion Williamson near the 30. Short of the line to gain by 5-6 yards. Clock rolling, 10:35 and counting, and Mike Norvell will punt it away.
Yep, I think in this situation you have to. You don't want to give Georgia a short field. But, I mean, he pretty much threw that ball the only place he could. It was an underneath route. That play would have worked had they not lost all that yardage on the play before. Put themselves in a bad position, but it's like you keep playing the game to try to get yourself together.
Anthony Evans back deep. Here's Mastromano. Really good punt. Backing up Evans to the 22. Calls a fair catch there. That's where Gunnar Stockton and company, they'll take over after the timeout. Good punt again. That one 48 yards by Alex Mastromano. And a timeout on the field. With 10:06 to go, Georgia headed to 13-1. They lead the Noles 63-3. You're listening to Seminole football from Learfield.
Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Look no further than Sunstop Convenience Stores. Swing by Sunstop before or after the big game. We've got fuel to keep you going, snacks, and hot deli items that'll score a touchdown with your taste buds. And here's the best part. Join our new rewards program to rack up points with every purchase. The more you shop, the more you save. Add our Sunny Saver payment card and save money on every fuel purchase. It's as easy as a touchdown pass. Sunstop Convenience Stores. Your game day, your way. Go Noles!
Tailgate like a Knoll this season with the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Try the new and exclusive officially licensed FSU beer, Legacy Lager. Visit Oyster City Brewing's tap room right down the road from Doak Campbell Stadium on West Gaines Street, or find their beer at retailers across the state. Remember to please drink responsibly. Oyster City Brewing Company, the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue Center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
This is the 2023 Orange Bowl. Now back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's the voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane.
On a quarter of the 2023 campaign. And this will not be the game how we remember the 2023 edition of Florida State football. We will remember this team for a 13-0 season. ACC champions. Wins over LSU, Clemson, Miami, Florida. Doing it, coming together as a team without your starting quarterback. Following the injury to Jordan Travis against North Alabama at home on senior night. What an awful moment that was. So many emotions. And this game does not, by any means, it's not going to categorize this Florida State football team in any lesser light. They knew coming in that this is a game where you just outmanned a little bit. Handoff Robinson, big back, big hole. Across the 25, out near the 30. Nicholson made the tackle. And Quindarius Jones. Gain of about 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Big nifty guy, man. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those, he reminds me of Trey. I mean, he sees the hole, he hits it. I don't think he has the acceleration that Trey has, but he definitely has some power coming behind those shoulder pads, like you said earlier. Yeah. He pushes the power forward.
6 feet, 240-pounder out of San Diego. True freshman. You're going to hear a lot about this young man. Roderick Robinson. Give it to him again. First down. Just hard to tackle. Bruising.
And for him to be that big, man, he gets through the hole pretty good.
Yeah. Cryer got in there, made the play. Bar none, what's your favorite? When you think of this year, we look back, what are your special memories of this season?
I think the first memory was starting out the season in my hometown in Orlando against LSU and getting it done. But then the way they fought and came back against Clemson was huge. Yeah. You know, I mean, the way that happened, and it was almost one of those poetic justice type situations where they get an opportunity to kick the ball at the end of the game and miss the field goal, and then we found a way to pull that thing out. So that was huge. I really appreciated that game.
Stockton, it takes a big hit. Zone, Reedy pulls it. Malcolm Ray came up, made a nice tackle. Daryl Jackson in there as well. Final 8:30 of our game. Georgia, big lead, leading 63-3. Remember the hype, that off-season hype for that LSU game, Barnard?
Yes,
I mean, the game couldn't get here fast enough.
Could not wait a rematch of the previous year. This time it was in Florida. Of course, we played them in Louisiana the first time, the year before, but man, that was a great way to start off the football season.
Stockton, hand off to Paul. Paul and Alley around the left side of the 40, out near the 42. Byron Turner in there. Jackson, Cryer, Nicholson. Down to Tom Block for a Mango Minute. TB, memories, I'm sure, of this 2023 campaign.
Yeah, just jumping in on your guys' conversation. I mean, the first half of the season, Keon just exploded on the scene. And even before Jordan went down, we all know that Keon was ailing, Johnny was ailing, Jaheim Bell, a lot of guys were really dinged up. But, you know, you talked about Jordan, I mentioned Kalen. Another guy I really enjoyed seeing his career progress from the time he got here was Jarian Jones, who's not playing tonight, obviously, but he had a terrific season and really became a leader for this team and stuck it out. He wanted to leave when he first got here. A couple weeks after he arrived, you know, and stuck it out and helped turn the program, turn the tide for the better.
Stockton's pass is incomplete over the middle, and had a couple some hands up there. Turner might got his mitt on it.
Well, I was thinking that Malcolm Ray had excellent pressure on the quarterback that time, kind of forced him to get that ball out of there faster than he wanted to.
And Brett Thorson. This is his first punt of the night, by the way. William Mote to snap. Thorson. Wobbly kick. Ja'Kai Douglas calls for a fair catch back at our own 10-yard line. Thorson out of Melbourne, Australia. By the way, Georgia has not allowed a punt return all season long. That's a stat nugget there. And a fair catch called for by Douglas. That number will remain intact, it would appear. Our final 7:02 here on Saturday night. Georgia headed towards win number 13 this season. Up 63-3. We'll take our final timeout. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Noles fans, this is Jeff Culhane. If you're looking for more Florida State content and info, make sure you lock in the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics. We talk with head football coach Mike Norvell, head basketball coach Leonard Hamilton, student athletes, director of athletics Michael Alford, and the biggest names around college athletics covering the biggest games nationally. For the Florida State fan looking for more, make sure you find the Behind the Mic podcast, the official podcast of FSU Athletics, on all streaming platforms.
The warm Florida summer is officially over and the chilly air is here to stay. It's time to cozy up by the fire with family and friends. Just make sure that pesky pests like roaches, ants, and rodents aren't trying to join in on the winter fun. This is the time of the year when pests and wildlife intruders start seeking food and shelter inside your home or business as the temperature drops. Luckily, you can trust the pest control experts at Arrow Exterminators, proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles, to keep your home or business pest-free inside and out. Schedule a free pest inspection today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
Florida State football is on the air. Now, back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Alongside Tom Block and William Barr Nunn Floyd, here's Jeff Culhane.
All of our conversations from our guy Tom Block on the sideline. Our National Mango Board Mango Minute. Visit mango.org now for all the latest mango recipes, how-tos, and news. Delicious and nutritious. Try mango today. From tailgate snacks to grilled entrees, make it with mango. How about our People's Gas high-energy play of the game? The 55-yard strike down the field in the first half. Brock Glenn to Kentron Portier. Big-time play, career-long play for both those young men. Visit peoplesgas.com for information on energy conservation and rebates. Took a peek at social media. Georgia players are going Instagram live on the sidelines right now. Don't know how that's possible, but it's happening. Here's a handoff to Holmes, sweeping left side, up the middle. Short gain, middle of the field. Keziah Holmes. That's actually Samuel Singleton, by the way. Young men at a Fleming Island High in Jacksonville. 6 carries, 52 yards versus North Alabama, the only game he's played in up until now.
You saw that he was going to get some snaps today. I thought he'd get in a little bit quicker, but Jakai's been doing pretty decent back there, getting plays out of the backfield. So
there's some movement up front. Not a whole lot of penalties in this game tonight.
2 well-coached teams, discipline.
Yep. Julian Armella's in the game.
Offside. Defense number 44 causing the offense to false start. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
David Stickle, Bryson Estes. Jalen Early's played for a little while. Thomas Schrader. All in the ball game right now up front for Florida State. Final 6:20 and counting. Big lead for the Dogs. Hand off to Singleton. Not a whole lot doing there. Tripped up near the 20-yard line.
Would have liked to see them push that ball all the way outside right there. But again, just a young player. When you don't have that bats, you know, you get in there and you're feeling yourself around. But I tell you what, this is why you keep trying to get it done, because these are the young men that you're going to be dependent on next year to help you get back to this point.
Final 5:45. 3rd and 1. Right hash at our own 20-yard line. The deuce is wild package right now. All alone. Double wing set. Burrell right to left. Fake the jet sweep. Span working his way up the middle. It's going to be close. I don't know if he got there. Doesn't look like it.
Fourth
down. So Deuce Span unable to get any daylight, find any daylight in the middle of that line. Trying to find a push, and Mike Norvell won't mess with it. He's going to punt it back.
Yeah, I think if you're going to run that play right there, Ja'Kai Douglas has really been picking up anywhere from 3 to 7, 8 yards on that particular play right there. He has the vision. You can tell that Deuce isn't used to being back there right now trying to run the football.
Perhaps the last time we see Alex Mastromano put it away. High, end over end. Evans, returnable, 34. Good coverage, coming up the middle, smacked, and then going to be driven back by Brian Courtney. Nice job by 86 flying down there, making a play. With 4:37 left in our ball game. They'll stay with us. Coming up a little bit later on, our Sunstop postgame show. Sunstop, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. Great eats, cool treats. Join Sunstop Rewards today. And Florida State football, brought to you in part by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. Thanks to Florida Farm Bureau Insurance for their support of Seminole football. So, 4:37 to go in this season. And it doesn't look good, obviously. Scoreboard doesn't look good. It's your biggest fear coming in, biggest concern, biggest worry, and we're realizing that tonight. Georgia, Bulldogs I think they had 18 transfers during this portal window period, but none of their guys that could have left for the NFL left. They all stuck around, they all played, and their big battle cry through this whole process was they wanted to do it for their senior class. And with this win tonight, 50 wins for their senior class, the most by a class, senior class all time in Georgia football history.
And that's where you look at, and I love what the coach has done, but that's where you look at the cohesion of bringing in a class together that have played for so many years together. Like, they don't want to disappoint each other. And I think that's what you found right here when you're seeing all these seniors say, it's like, hey, man, we're not getting out of here. We're gonna finish this thing off. We came in here together. We're going to leave out of here together. I think if you come in as a transfer, you might love that team, but you don't have that real internal love that'll keep you around to playing a game like this. If it's going to be an opportunity for you to go to the NFL, or if there's a chance you're getting hurt. But, you can't take anything away from any of these young men who felt that's what they needed to do. And I take my hat off to the season you had. Because like you say, you can't base what this football team has done in 2023 off this one game. And we all knew it was going to be a tough out going against Georgia, not being at full strength. I'm just glad that these kids are still out here trying to compete and get it done. We're getting an opportunity to see some of the younger players that we're going to have to depend on over the next few years to make sure we get it done. So, hey, at the end of the day, all you have to do is keep fighting for 4 more minutes, and let's take it to the house.
Go to the sidelines with Tom Block, TB.
I think finality just hit Kalen DeLoach because during that entire break, he was in a long embrace with John Papuchis. And obviously, Kalen's been here as long as Papuchis has been, and might have been a little teary-eyed, wiped his face with a towel after that. But as I mentioned earlier, kudos to him for sticking it out. But the end is here for him now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a handoff on first down, nothing doing. Nice job by Dante Anderson, flying around and picking off Savon Clark. Jackson Muschamp, by the way, is in the ball game, the son of co-defensive coordinator Will Muschamp, so the third quarterback now in the game for the Bulldogs.
A lot of new players on both sides right now, it looks like.
We're going Wildcat now, Georgia. This is Colin Drake at quarterback. Handoff up the gut across the 35, out near the 40, 41, 42 is Clark. And so Muschamp back out there. Sampson, big true freshman defensive tackle. He's going to be good.
Yes.
He's over 300 pounds as an 18, 19-year-old kid. And thick.
Got a good weight program, good training table program. They've been doing a great job of that and really keeping the young men as healthy as they can. Not a whole lot of injuries, but whatever they've had, they've been able to overcome and get back out there on the field.
3rd and 6, final 3:15. Muschamp with the gun, Clark to his right, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, whistles and a timeout. Called by Kirby Smart. Play clock winding down.
Team timeout, Georgia. This is a 30-second timeout.
So timeout called by the Dogs. Again, Sunstop postgame shows right around the corner. But our truest hero of the game. Could be a number of guys here for the Noles, just from a fight standpoint. Certainly not the result we were hoping for. Kentron Portier was fantastic, bar none.
Yep.
I'll tell you a name we've called a lot tonight is Justin Cryer. True freshman linebacker here in the second half. He's flown around and made some plays, but I think we saw glimpses again of what Kentron Portier is all about. We saw that in the spring. If he can stay healthy, Kentron Portier can be the next great wide receiver in this offense for Mike Norvell.
Yes, he can. He has the height, the speed, the range. This young man runs good routes. Just has to be more consistent, make sure he pulls every ball in, but that's only going to come with more playing time he gets. So
Muschamp's going to throw. Now he's going to run up the middle and has a big alley. First down across midfield, across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Jackson Muschamp at quarterback and a first down. Truist, the official retail bank of Florida State Athletics. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. See how at truist.com.
See if they'll finish it off right here. Looks like Muschamp just came out of the game and Drake is back in there.
Yep, they're bringing Colin Drake back in. Young walk-on quarterback wearing number 26. As Joseph Daniels off to his left side. Toss, Daniels running left. There's Cryer again, cutting him off.
Nicholson right behind him.
Yep, Sampson as well, all freshmen. Sampson, Cryer, Nicholson. Our final 2:10.
Nucleus of a good defense right there. Your defense coming back next season. All those guys will be in the running to be a starter next year, especially at the linebacker position.
Yeah.
You lose Lundy, you lose Deloach, and you lose Bethune. So, that position is going to be wide open next year. All three spots.
2nd and 7 for the 41. Toss running right. Daniels cutting it back. It will be brought down by Jaden Jones. Dante Anderson getting in there, making plays for the Garnet and Gold. Final 90 seconds of this season. Yeah, Tom mentioned finality. I want to thank all the great folks around Florida State football that allow us to be a part of such a great program. The great media relations staff, Derek Satterfield, Stephen McCartney, Krista Salerno. Our great staff at Seminole Sports Properties led by Caleb Swan. Play action, Drake pumping, hit by Dante Anderson. A pass is caught, far sideline. Flags thrown. Out of bounds, caught by Luke Bennett. I think we're going to have hands to the face called on Dante Anderson here on Drake.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 96. 15-yard penalty, the end of the run, automatic, first down.
We're moving up 15 yards. Caleb Swan, Clint Cure, Kevin Bell, Tara Openshaw, Tyler Downs, our entire intern staff, Scott Yasishin, and of course, my broadcast partners, Hall of Famer William Barnard Floyd, Tom Block on the sidelines, Andy Surratt, Chris Culp, Ari Masudi. It's been an amazing, amazing season. Victory formation, Muschamp will take a knee.
That's pretty classy.
Yep, do it one more time here. Have to take one more knee before we wrap this thing up. Under center, Jackson Muschamp takes a knee on this 90th edition of the Orange Bowl as Mike Norvell and Kirby Smart will meet at midfield. And this will end the 2023 Florida State football campaign. But it's not how we'll remember this 2023 edition of Florida State football. A team that came in ACC champions, 13-0, that they did everything they were asked of to do, bar none. And got hit with just an awful dose of life. Things you can't control, unfortunately. They controlled everything they could control.
Exactly. And
throughout the year.
That's where you take your hat off to this football team. Just their tenacity, their grit, to find a way to win the game. When you're down 10 points, find a way to come back, keep yourself undefeated, and try to get to a point where you can compete for a national championship. And they did everything that everybody asked. The coaching staff, they went out there and dominated games. They won huge games, just by playing defense. And I've always understood, having to be a part of those championship teams, that really it is defense that wins it. If they can't score, they can't get in the end zone, they can't win. So hats off, man, to the program. Hats off to Coach Norvell and the staff, these young men that came out here to compete tonight. All of you, even the ones of you that have left and moved on to different greener crashes you think, or you're going into the NFL, man, much love for you. Thank you for being a part of Florida State football. We're never going to forget this season. 30 years ago, we were able to bring the first national championship home here at the Orange Bowl. This year, didn't get an opportunity to play for it, but I guarantee you, everybody in Seminole Nation loves you and appreciates you, and we can't wait to get it started again next year.
Sunstop postgame show's coming up next. Big win tonight for Georgia, the 90th Orange Bowl. We'll get Barnard's final thoughts here in 2023 when we come back. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
If ACC football runs deep in your veins, then Sirius XM ACC Radio is what you need to listen to. We're talking conference and team previews, plus hear live games, news, and analysis from experts like Roddy Jones, Eric McClain, Katie George, and Tori Holt. Go in-depth with your favorite team with coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside ACC football like nowhere else. Feed your fandom on the SiriusXM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app and start streaming.
They say good things come to those who wait. But with delivery or curbside pickup from Publix, powered by Instacart, now they come without the wait. In as little as an hour, you could have the good stuff like key lime pie and chocolate chip cookies come right to your door. Get started at Publix.com/shop because you can never have too much of a good thing. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Item prices vary from item prices in physical store locations. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
Coverage of the Orange Bowl continues after this timeout from your local station. This is Seminole football from Learfield.
Excellence defines us, so we'll never let orthopedic pain and injury define you. TOC is a physician-led team of fellowship-trained specialists providing the highest level of orthopedic care in the region. With 12 centers of excellence and TOC Now urgent care clinics, our patients access affordable, expert care fast. TOC, only experts. Schedule an appointment at teamtoc.com.
What's up, fans? This is Roddy Jones, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country weekly with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your podcasts. And while you're at it, be sure to give us a follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Sunstop postgame show from Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami Gardens. Georgia, a big win tonight against an short man, outnumbered Florida State football team. And we certainly see why this Georgia football team has been so dominant. They've won 46 of their last 48 games and now 30 of their last 31. A big winner tonight over Florida State to win the 90th edition of the Orange Bowl. Bar none. We talked about it at the end. This is not how we're going to remember this Florida State football team. We're going to remember the heart, the fight, the energy, the response all season long. 13-0, ACC champions. And it's been a tough month of December, no question about that. And this is not how our Seminole family will remember this group either, as it ends in a tough way here in South Florida tonight.
Not at all. I mean, you see the response that we had as far as our fans coming down here supporting this team, and that's what everybody talked about. As soon as, we got over a little bit of the disappointment, we just talked about how much fans and everybody was going to come down here. Seminole Nation was going to be down here to support this team and what they've accomplished this year. They've had an amazing run this year, and it's not their fault that we didn't get to play in the game that we wanted to. But every week in, week out for 13 weeks, they did what they needed to do. Coach Norvell and his coaching staff had these young men prepared to go out there and play. Were they as dominant some games? No, but they always found a way to go in at halftime and adjust and make things happen. And football has always been a game that I believe is played on the field. Wins and losses matter. And when you win them all, it's supposed to mean something. But at the end of the day, it means something to us. And I know we love you kids. We love everything you went through this year. So don't worry about that. Walk with your head high, your shoulders back and up, because we still got love for you and what you accomplished this year.
Yeah, we'll remember all the stars. We'll remember Jordan Travis and what an addition Keon Coleman was in his 1 year here at Florida State. Braden Fisk was unbelievable. Johnny Wilson, Trey Benson, Jaheim Bell. The names go on and on. Kalen DeLoach, Tatum Bethune, Jared Verse, of course.
Yes.
Big number 5. What an impact he had in his 2 seasons in the Guardian Gold here at Florida State University.
And you just think about the impact that he had over the last 2 seasons, and Fisk and, Lovett. You're missing so much production on both sides of the ball with what you had going on this season. But again, these young men came out and competed, and that's all we could ask them to do.
Well, my friend, it's been a treat.
Yes,
That's
man.
for
You
sure.
know what? It went fast last. It seemed like, man, we walked out of that booth last year, and it was kind of like, man, this is probably going to take a long time for the season to come back. But to tell you the truth, it really didn't. And looking at this season, it's going so fast. So I don't know whether time is speeding up or the older you get, it seems like the faster time goes. I don't know. But, man, it's been a joy working with you, brother, man. I can't wait to start again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get together this offseason to get something in.
I can't wait to see you on the golf course.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
baby.
right.
Much love.
That's William Barn on Floyd. I'm Jeff Colhane. Tom Block's in the locker room. I'll talk to the head coach, Mike Norvell, as well. Aria Masoudi's up next with our Sunstop postgame show. And, of course, big shout-out to Andy Surratt, Chris Colt, our entire Seminole Sports Network broadcast team, and Mitchell Lee in our Seminole Sports Network studios. Sunstop postgame show continues after this. You're listening to Seminole Football from Learfield.
Seminoles fans, kick off the 2024 football season in Ireland when your Florida State Seminoles head to Dublin to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic to be played on August 24th next year in the Aviva Stadium. Visit seminolestoireland.com for more information on official travel and hospitality packages. That's Seminoles, the number 2, Ireland.com. Go Noles! We'll see you in Ireland.
Want to make sure he gets to the game on time?
Tommy, your uniform is ready. Let's go.
Install a natural gas dryer, and you're guaranteed faster drying times and softer laundry. And now you can earn a valuable cash rebate up to $200 on an energy-efficient natural gas dryer. Show your home love with natural gas, and it loves you right back. To learn more and how to qualify, visit peoplesgas.com/rebates.
This is the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear. Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
The game may be over, but there's much more coming your way. Welcome to the Sunstop postgame show. Sunstop, food, fuel, and more. Find everything you need under the sun at Sunstop, a proud sponsor of Florida State Athletics. The Sunstop postgame show is also sponsored by People's Gas, delivering natural gas that helps you save energy and earn cash back. Learn more at peoplesgas.com. Oyster City Brewing Company, the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics. ReliaQuest, make security possible. And by SeatGeek, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of Florida State Athletics. Coming up, we'll review the highlights and final stats, check scores from around the country, and go one-on-one in the Seminole locker room with FSU players and head coach Mike Norvell. The Sunstop postgame show begins now.
Welcome in right back to Hard Rock Stadium. Florida State and Georgia, they just finished up here in the Capital One Orange Bowl. The Dogs 63, the Noles 3. And not the afternoon Florida State fans were hoping for. A lot of opt-outs, a lot of injuries that played a part. The Seminoles 2 deep was decimated, but those kids fought their tails off to the very end. I think they learned a lot of lessons, and hopefully this is something that is a building block for some of these young players as they move into tour of duty in January, get into spring football. You know Florida State's going to get into the transfer portal and do some things. Mike Norvell has always done damage in the portal. And you just kind of hope you piece things together and you start 2024 in a positive light. Of course, this one today did not go your way. But we are going to recap this. Those of you listening, we appreciate you. It was a lot of fans in this. Was actually told the final attendance was over 62,000. A lot of Garnet and Gold made their way to Hard Rock Stadium. A lot of South Florida Noles. And, of course, fans from Tallahassee all over the state of Florida and the country. They did their part. We appreciate you. It has been a fun season no matter what. This team will always have 13-0. I think that is in the hearts of all Florida State fans. And so tonight, not going to be one that I think sticks with this team or this program or this fan base and the memories of what was otherwise a historic season for Florida State football and specifically Mike Norvell. We'll get you some scores from around the rest of the country. We'll get stats in as well as Jeff and Tom are headed to the locker rooms right now and hoping to have Mike Norvell as well as a couple of players to get their thoughts on this here this afternoon. And then we'll wrap it up, a 2023 season in which things, again, what a year for Florida State. 13 wins, 13-0, and just not the way you wanted to cap a season, just to celebrate a team that had done so much and deserved much better than the fate that they got in the whole month of December. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get you some scores from around the country. These are presented by Coca-Cola. Is Coke Zero the best Coke ever? Take a taste. Maryland 31-13 winners over the Auburn Tigers in the Music City Bowl. Ole Miss 38-25 winners over Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Toledo 15-13 lead right now in the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter there between the Cowboys and the Rockets. Last night, some pretty good games as well. Clemson 38-35 comeback win over Kentucky in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Notre Dame 40-8 winners over Oregon State in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Memphis 36-26 over Iowa State in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Mizzou 14-3 winners over Ohio State in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Mizzou finishing the year at 11-2 after that victory. Still to come in this bowl season, you've got Wisconsin, LSU tomorrow in the ReliaQuest Bowl. The Liberty versus Oregon game will be the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. That's tomorrow afternoon as well. Iowa and Tennessee play in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. And then the playoffs, which, of course, again, Florida State got robbed and not getting an opportunity at full strength to have that chance to play in at least a Sugar Bowl or a Rose Bowl. You got Michigan, Alabama, and Texas, Washington tomorrow in the Rose Bowl and in the All-State Sugar Bowl. More coming up here on the Sunstop post-game show. When we come back, we will go through some stats, hopefully have some player interviews, get some highlights from this one. Again, it's going to be a brief post-game show. Not a ton of good things happened here this afternoon into the night in the Orange Bowl for Florida State. But stay with us. I'm Mario Masudi, and you're listening to Florida State football from Learfield.
Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Look no further than Sunstop Convenience Stores. Swing by Sunstop before or after the big game. We've got fuel to keep you going, snacks, and hot deli items that'll score a touchdown with your taste buds. And here's the best part. Join our new rewards program to rack up points with every purchase. The more you shop, the more you save. Add our Sunny Saver payment card and save money on every fuel purchase. It's as easy as a touchdown pass. Sunstop Convenience Stores. Your game day, your way. Go Noles!
The hustle and bustle of Christmas is over, and it's time to treat myself for all of my hard work. So of course I went to Kohl's, and boy I'm glad I did, because it's their biggest clearance event of the season. I saved 70% on a cute pair of jeans, a cozy sweater, and some comfy PJs. Yep, going to Kohl's was just what I needed. Now to get back in the holiday spirit for New Year's. Select styles, up to 70% offer ends January 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Coverage of the Orange Bowl continues after this timeout from your local station. This is Seminole football from Learfield.
Seminole fans know that when their health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the region's only comprehensive stroke center, one of the top heart and vascular programs in the Southeast, the area's most powerful cancer center, and Tallahassee's only Level 3 neonatal ICU. For 75 years, our expert team has offered the latest technology and treatment options to get you and your family back in the game. We are Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life.
Since 1998, Carver's Discount Cleaners has been offering the lowest prices and providing excellent dry cleaning services in and throughout Tallahassee. As a veteran-owned business, Carver's Discount Cleaners has the mission to provide high-quality dry cleaning services at affordable prices with 3 convenient Tallahassee locations. They offer same-day services, so you can say goodbye to overpriced dry cleaning. Don't get taken to the cleaners. Choose Carver's.
Back here for the Sunstop postgame show. Want to mention that Sunstop's a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. Be sure to visit one of their 80 stores in North and Central Florida, South Alabama, and South Georgia. Sunstop, great stores, great deals, great eats, great rewards. Shine. 8-3. I'm Mario Masuda here to take you home the rest of the way. And I just don't feel like this should be a doom and gloom postgame show. The season was phenomenal. 13-0 for FSU when it counted in the regular season and when they had all their aspirations out in front of them. And unfortunately, they got robbed for a college football playoff. And this is the result, right? You got a lot of opt-outs, and you're outnumbered and outmanned against folks. Let's be honest, Georgia's one of the best 4 teams in the country. They showed it here. They were pretty full strength in this one. They had some transfers as well here in the month of December, but not a ton of them were on the 2 deep, and not a ton of them were the players that were going to make an instant impact. And they showed again why they are one of the best 4 teams in the country. I mean, they are phenomenal. You can make the argument that if Georgia played Michigan, Texas, Washington, who would you take in those games, right? I mean, pretty hard to bet against these Georgia dogs. And if they hadn't lost to Alabama, what was a pretty good game over in Atlanta for the SEC title game, you're talking about a Georgia team that might very well had all the tools this year. They didn't have Brock Bowers tonight. You would think that he would have fought through some injury and some nicks and knacks to try and get ready for a playoff game if they're in that one. But they came here motivated, ready to play against Florida State, who just was young and didn't have all of its starters or backups for a lot of the important positions, and the Dogs took care of business 63-3. Not a ton of highlights, and so Jeff Colhane had a couple of good ones in the first half. Brock Glenn surprised us with a pretty strong arm display on a long pass to Kentron Portier in the second quarter. Here's how it sounded.
Williamson in motion right to left. 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action. Glenn stepping up. Home run ball. Portier's got a step. Down the seam. He's got it. Inside the 5. Kentron, more like Megatron, early in this game. Big play alert for the Noles.
It was a big play. It went for 55 yards. And there were Seminole receivers, I thought, tonight, this afternoon into tonight, made some pretty decent catches. And you got to give some credit to Ja'Kai Douglas as well. He did well. Asked to be in an impossible situation. Ran some wildcat. Yeah, they did what they could. Darion Williamson had some big plays as well. But Portier might have had the biggest impact. 4 catches, 84 yards, all in the first half. He was for Brock Glenn on the afternoon. And so that would set up this field goal from Ryan Fitzgerald.
So it's Fitzgerald here. Ryan Fitzgerald, a 22-yard field goal from the right hash. Rosenberry to snap. Mastrom on a hold. Good snap. Spot. Fitzy splits them. And it is good.
That would, at the time, make the score 14-3. And that's the closest the Noles would get in that one. Georgia piling it on. 7 in the first quarter. 35 points in the second quarter. 14 in the third and 7 in the fourth. Playing a lot of their second and third stringers in the second half there, beating Florida State 63-3. So those are the highlights for this one. We're going to step aside. We've got more coming up on the Sunstop Post Game Show. On the other side, still waiting on head coach Mike Norvell, and some players, Jeff and Tom, are down in the Seminole locker room trying to gather those and find those guys for you. So stick with us here. The Sunstop Post Game Show continues from Learfield.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to go the extra mile to meet your financial needs. That's why we offer Florida State fans more banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. Our team is also dedicated to making the communities we serve stronger. Volunteering